Tushar, I keep. Okay, it is another Tushar. So Tushar, were you able to do something on the work task?
Yeah, I mean, last class I didn't attend, so like I just tried to go through the recording and everything. So I've started the things, but not completed. So
Okay.
it's in progress.
Okay. Okay. Let me put a message.
Ma'am, I already put. Can I call if you want?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so Jyoti, I think we would want to hear from you on because this we are trying to create a program which is mix of so many things. What is the thought process you have? What is that you are thinking when you are going through this program? Because it's little away from all these analytics that we have been talking, right? So, do you, what is that you are thinking in terms of, say, case studies or people related activities we were discussing, performance related work we were discussing? What is that you are thinking?
So Shinu, I would say, like, it is a bit different from the day-to-day activities which we are doing, but in long term, this is something which is going to help us and that will enhance our skills on the management side basically. And yeah, I mean, if we want to grow further, this is the skill which we need. Basically, the people management and also looking at the performance of the companies. So yeah, I mean, this is really, I would say, a different kind of skill which we are looking into. But yeah, it's gonna help us in long run.
And are you able to appreciate or empathize or look things differently from others' perspective, or was there any change within?
Yes, there is a change within Shinu, but it's just like 4 weeks of course which we have gone through. But yeah, I would say the change will be there in a long run. Yeah, but to start off with, yeah, there is a change. I mean, the way we are thinking is what has changed for me.
Okay, okay. I'm just giving a small example. One of my, I think, Pulikeshi is online. Are you listening, Pulikeshi?
He's around, ma'am.
Didn't see is around. Okay, so one of my team member came and told that there is a small change in the password, right? I mean, I'm just giving a small example. And he literally, because he is so fond of meeting people, or he or she, and then they literally go around and ensure, get into everybody's system, and everybody is personally, with a personal touch, they are going and changing the password and helping them to access that particular whatever that he was trying to access. Now this is great, right? This is great. But this person is a managerial level person, right? His. I think you are muted. You are muted. So the
Okay, sorry.
scenario is that the person, there is a small password change in one of the things. So he is going and meeting everyone and helping them to access that particular thing and changing the password for everyone individually. Now this
But if
person,
if he if he is at managerial level position, then why will he go and change it in everyone's system?
because
Shouldn't
that
it?
is the nature, no? People's nature.
No, but
How do
being
you take care of a child? You are each time micromanaging. Where is he doing? What is he doing? What? No?
no.
When we love that, right? We love that, and there is a tension always behind our back saying that, oh, I am not with a child and I have to be there.
Not always. I mean, we have to leave them independent.
Yes. Okay. So ideally, what is the best process, best practice? If this is the situation, and I'm talking to Kiran also, I'm hoping that Kiran, Tushar, just don't look at this as a small perspective. I mean, scenario, but I'm just looking at what is that you must do if you are a manager.
So at first, I would say there has to be a communication from the manager to all his team members saying that there's a password change needed, and also with all the steps detailed in the particular email, and so he should wait for probably he should give a timeline. It should be done within this particular time frame, and then after that he should also send an reminder email saying that is it already done, and so these guys should revert back saying that yeah, it is done or not. So, I mean, this is what I would say from in
Yeah.
this scenario at least.
Yes. So the whole, if you have to build an organization, because today we are going to discuss about business planning, and like Kiran was telling, business planning. I mean, he was like, whom do I do business planning? So I was telling, okay, do it for VMware, right, Kiran?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
then he told, okay, let me do something else for myself. So there is a lot of set immediately we are defending ourselves and saying that no, that is not for me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, but the whole sweet spot between or the threshold of doing a lot of things individually and then trying to convert that into, and that's why I think AI is also coming in where all the menial task has to be automated, because if you
Yes, ma'am.
repeatedly do the same thing over and over, some of them do that, right? You have seen people stitching a cloth, they'll be stitching whole life, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can they scale? And have you seen a shop owner? He'll be sitting selling that whole same thing for over and over, almost lifetime. And we do this. It's not that it is a matter of password change.
Mhm.
Can we look at it and say that if I am not there, can this task be done? How do I get it done so that the team gets the benefit of me because I am the expert in this area, but team can get things going without me as well, so that I would move and do something much more meaningful for the team
Yes,
than
ma'am.
doing.
Ma'am, that chatbot which I was telling, right? It has, I mean, they did not use Watson chatbot, obviously, because they used Microsoft chatbot. But the workflow, the terminologies that I have used, they have used it, ma'am. So I'll just share my screen. And yesterday it went live. Yesterday it
Wonderful.
went live.
Wow. Excellent.
So this is the confirmation that we have got. Are you able to see my screen, ma'am?
Yes.
So it is for internal purpose for now. And whatever I have used, that multiple choice question, they have used the same thing.
Okay. So you have given the code, is it?
Not code, the dialog boxes, ma'am, that workflow, which I
Uh-huh.
had manually done it, right? So they
Okay.
took some idea from me, they took some idea from other fellows, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So they have created it.
Excellent. So is it that can you also look at pre and post kind of escalations? Now that
uh,
is analytics, right?
no, ma'am, it is at the initial stage. So whatever SEF 3 or SEF 4 issues, less critical issues that we get, right? So it is to cater to those needs. Because critical issue, yeah, customer usually prefer coming on the call, getting an engineer, and then resolve it. But SEF 3 and SEF 4, which through which we can avoid the call volume, so that our engineers can only give preference, can only give attention to 7 and SEF 2, like highly critical issues. So all this SEF 3, like you said, no, ma'am, AI task. This is done. This is now taken care by chatbot.
Yes. So a lot of see earlier and even today, a lot of banks have customer call centers and all that.
Yes,
But if
ma'am.
you really see the IVR, the all that things is very. It's not contextual. It is not
Correct.
for me. It is very time consuming.
Correct.
So
Correct.
now moving to from chatbot to a voice bot,
Mhm.
that means a real human is actually talking to you, right?
Correct,
In
ma'am.
the context.
Correct, ma'am.
I think that will be a lot of such these problems, because you can, if you want to scale, and in
Mhm.
business planning we will discuss so much on that, because it's not just doing a small shop and then running and sitting there and saying that no, my lifestyle is okay, I am able to afford my family's expense and all that. It is much beyond that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The
Yes,
big
ma'am.
organizations, we have to think about scale, but without losing the customers,
Yes, ma'am.
because in today's thing is that if anyone provides me better customer service, I would definitely move, because I am so angry and frustrated with these IVRs and everything else which is
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
right.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, so I think this is excellent, Kiran, but I am hoping that you will get some appreciation mail or something.
That I have already received it, but since this is shared at the across the GSS, like across the team level, so
Yeah.
but anyways, they have used my some of my idea, like 2-3%. I'm happy, ma'am.
Good, good. Sometimes you have to keep doing such good work without expecting anything, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I truly believe in that. Yeah. Sure.
Excellent, excellent. So glad.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank
But then your job is not stopped there, right? See,
you.
you are
Yeah, it's
talking
not so.
about L1, L2, whatever you call S4 or whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
L1, L2, you are trying to replace with a
Uh,
chatbot.
uh-huh.
Now, can you actually see the flow has reduced, flow has increased? What kind of
Uh,
new escalations are coming up, right?
okay, so that at the end of the quarter, maybe we get a report. In that, we will come to know, ma'am.
No, Kiran, don't leave it to things.
Uh-huh.
See, it is going out of your comfort zone, because you want to see how your product is, the what is an analytics life cycle. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just giving chatbot and saying that I did chatbot.
Okay.
No, that's not right. What is your manager's problem? What is you tell me, Kiran? Your
Okay.
manager's problem.
I have never thought in that way, but one single issue that we have that we have come across, especially with working from home environment, is to keep a tab on employees. Like, are they really working, or are they out of town? Are they at their desk, or are they really concentrating? So that is a challenge. So maybe if there is something, I mean, they are trying their own ways to keep employees online or to keep a tab on them, but if we can work around this idea or give them some idea through which the managers can keep or can authentically keep a tab on the employees, whether they have logged in or whether they are really working or not, because few employees, I'll not take the names, but they just take one case and they keep saying that I'm busy with this throughout the shift. And so those kind of loopholes, how to counter that, or how to actually
It's a very big, it's a beautiful analytics problem, no, Kiran?
yeah. So maybe I was
So,
just thinking on that, ma'am. So if there is any software or any way through which we can actually tackle
So
this.
Kiran, that can be tracked actually. That is not an issue. Okay, so in
Uh-huh.
some organization you can track how what is the screen time and how when they have logged in and all. That this is available in few of the organization. But my thought on this is a little different. So we do not have this in SAP at least. But the as a manager, what I should be concerned about is about the deliverables and not about when they have logged in. Okay, I can log in at 11 o'clock at night, but still I can complete my deliverables,
Yeah, that is
right?
true. But the kind of atmosphere that we have here is, so if a manager needs any help with any of the query raised by the customer or any issues that comes across to our team, right? So there should be an employee who should be accountable to it, who should be ready. But in that case, usually our manager are in a fix to find a resource to counter that problem. Because let's say five people are working, and if all the five people say I'm busy with this, manager cannot find a way to know whether she's or he's really busy, or he's just being because few of the engineers, right, they have a good rapport with the customer. They tell the customer, you tell them that I'm busy.
oh my
An
God.
entire shift they can just enjoy, right? It will go for a toss.
Oh.
Okay.
So screen
So this is
time,
a different thing, I know. Yeah.
Kiran, I think all these are analytics problems, no?
yeah.
You have all these data points behind, right?
So
You
in
can.
this case, what we usually do, Shinu ma'am, like we being the senior engineers, we get the report of how many cases they are working on, and we go into each and every cases and see how complicated the problem is.
Yes,
So
yes.
let's say if the customer just needs a small service that needs to be started, which will hardly take half a second, On that, if the engineer says I'm working on that for 8 hours, so that will be problematic.
But
But
Kiran,
again,
you are getting into more of micromanaging and monitoring.
but we
Monitoring
are not
it
letting
is.
the employees know about it, but we are doing this in the
I'm
background.
telling, I'm telling that it is your precious time that you are working on monitoring, right? So
Yeah.
that is where if you have to really scale, you have to bring people together and performance together. That's what we have been discussing all these
Yes,
while,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
right? How do you create an environment of trust and relationship and whatever that we saw in Google, right?
Yeah.
Google case studies, and you can read how, work rules book and
Yeah.
see, or even very very interesting book I have read is Sergio. I'm just forgetting, but you have
Okay.
seen Maverick, right? Maverick,
Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Maverick. Just forgot his name. His name is Ricardo Semler,
Okay.
and his book on multiple books that he has done, right? And
Okay.
if you really look at, okay, I get on to the author, right? Uh, his books, 7 Day Weekend,
7 day weekend.
changing the way work works, and these books will showcase how companies are changing the way people, that environment is created where people love to work, right?
Okay.
So it's not about monitoring and doubting and not trusting and all that. That,
Okay.
because for you it is very depressing, right? That you are going and finding fault with this person. In fact, you should have utilized this energy for something else, right?
True.
So yeah, so in a startup environment and all that, we can't afford all these things. In a big
Correct.
organization like VMware, you say, okay, VMware, SAP, it's chalta hai, right? But it is
Uh-huh.
not. That's why we are learning these tricks, experimenting with people practices and experimenting with performance practices. And
Yes, ma'am.
since some of you have come newly, so let me just begin the presentation, and we will keep the dialogue open. But I mean, I'm glad that two, three of you are speaking. And let me tell you again, as you go higher and higher, if you do not speak, communication becomes your the biggest weapon for you to do things and get the buy-in from the stakeholders. And when you communicate with the right facts, the right preparation, the right inputs, then people come in favor of you.
Right, ma'am.
But what I see here is in the classes, hardly two or three people are talking, and they keep talking. It is because they are extrovert or whatever. But those some of them have not spoken. Say I'm just picking Tyagarajan. Maybe you are talking. I don't know. But or Pradeep or Tushar or anyone who is in this team, start speaking up, because it is so important that if you do not speak, you will be internally kind of cribbing and telling that, okay, why things are not happening for me. Things will not happen unless we take action, right? So communication is one single skill I want everyone to develop, not just oral communication. If you are not there, can your mail speak on behalf of you? Your presentation speak on behalf of you. That means your written, your presentation skills, your verbal communications, your body languages, everything you have to be much more aware and try to build it over a period of time consciously. That's a very important tool, important task. And I request all of you, either you go to Toastmasters or wherever, if you think that my confidence is still not there, or use these kind of platforms. Your classmates, or your own friends. Are you meeting up and talking the right things? Don't keep on talking about others. Talk about ideas. Talk about your future plans and risk mitigation strategies, and look at success, right? What you speak, the quality of your talk. Anything on it? Tyagarajan, Pradeep, Tushar, can I hear anything from you?
Yeah, Shinu, I agree with that. I mean, I'm trying to improve on this, but yeah, on the way.
Everyone is on the way only. We are, but yeah, okay, great. Pradeep?
And yeah, Shinu. So I in one terms I completely disagree with Kiran. So It's like we are doing some sort of micromanagement to the people who are in a free hand. So if you go to Google or if you go for a Microsoft, they have a free hands for the employees. So if you go there, so whatever you do, wherever you work, the work is complete. It's like we are giving a free hand to the employees to their ideas and to get more interest to their work or something. So if we are going to say, so you have to log in this particular time, so we are going to monitor. Like for example, if we come to one of the company, my previous company, they have a software called I mean they have purchased a software called Sapiens. So it completely calculates the day. Like for example, when you have logged in, how much time you are ideal. So based on that, our attendance is going to be calculated nowadays. Before I left that organization, so now the people are completely uncomfortable with that software because few people are in development area. So they might work for an hour and they can finish up their work and they can move on. So if it will be applicable only for the support people who are working in particular shift. So if we are going to have a new ideology for if we want to invent new things or something, so then we have to have a free hands. So in these terms, I partially agree with Kiran and I almost agree with the Jyoti words what she has
Okay,
said.
Pradeep, I'll ask you one question. If you are
Yeah,
running an organization and it is your money, what will you do?
yeah.
What will
So yeah, I will keep an eye on the people whether they are interested in work or not. So if they are not interested in doing the work, then definitely I will make them to make them to get interest in the work. But I am not going to do any sort of micromanagement like you have to log in by this time or until unless it is a support project and we have shifts over there. So employee freeness and employee freedom while doing the work is important because, for example, if I have completely stressed up with the work and if I want to delete one cube data instead of another table data, it's going to be make a big mess for me. So I don't want to do such kind of things over here. So I can say that I can completely I can give the freedom, but at the same time I just monitor them whether they are on track or not. That's it.
Exactly. So you have to put some system at some place, so there is no single bullet answer for anything. What Kiran is also not micromanaging. Kiran is trying to manage the people who are those outliers who are taking advantage of the system, right? That's what his intended is. So it is not like Jyoti, whatever. Like I'm not standing for anyone. I am talking about. Can you think? Can you appreciate from the other person's perspective, from the employee's perspective, as well as the employers or the management? Because today we are going to speak on these things. Okay. Anything from Tyagarajan? Tyagarajan, are you there? Not there.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
Otherwise we will put that tool what Pradeep mentioned, no?
That was a good one.
Seriously.
Because in a class what we see is because we just had a training program, almost 14 of them, and then we see only 5-6 people are actively participating. Others are there on the call. No communication. What do? We can't go to their house and see what they are doing, no? So KRA or if our metrics is 100% engagement, how do we ensure that 100% engagement is coming from 100% of the people, not from 60-70% of the people, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tyagarajan, unmute.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
You heard something. No?
Yeah,
Yes?
we have to honor the freedom of the employee. Yeah, we should not micromanage.
Okay. Okay. That's it, huh? Okay. Let me just get back to the presentation. 1 second. Taking here. Okay. So if you remember, we were discussing this. This is our agenda for 4 days. Today we are going to discuss so much on the business planning, but what we have seen is again.
Shinu, we don't see your screen if you're sharing something.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear now? See now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So again, in this, if you see this case study, which is, if you have not gone through thoroughly, if you have not enjoyed that case study, please definitely go through, because that will give you not just a startup stage but the growth stage as well as exit stage understanding from both the sides, right? So ATS Technologies, from starting, how, what were the problems that they found, and we keep saying that there are so many contradicting views which we will come. Even for this small thing, we are looking at what is the right balance between micromanaging and leaving them completely free. On a scale of 1 to 100, if I have to give 1 for complete monitoring, means every second is monitored, versus I am allowing them to, or as a manager, or as an owner, or even a family head, right? You being a family person, that if I give them 100% freedom, what happens? There is no right or wrong answer here. 1 to 100, you have those choices to make. And in situational leadership, we keep saying that it's not that I can have a company wide policy saying that everything would be micromanaged. Everything, everybody will be micromanaged. On the other end, I can't have a company wide policy saying that no management, I mean, no time monitoring at all. Anybody can do anything. Both are not possible, right? So we need to find that sweet spot, keep experimenting with them, and identify the right balance, where, whom, what, in what measure. And that's what even in analytics experiment we do, right? We are trying to find the weights, right? Finding the weights between these parameters, which is moving to our expected target variable. And target variable is what? Profit maximization or social impact, whatever that you set out to begin, right? So many inputs are going into this. And in fact, I was just listening to Subramaniam Swami, right? He's one of the big orator and true. I mean, he's a genius economist, right? And he was talking about international business formulas, how trade happens between companies, how good balanced growth can happen for a country. There are so many variables which are coming in, right? So how do you add weight? Where to add weight? That's so in a bigger scale. If I think about, it's finally a linear algebra equation that we are trying to build across different things, trying to tune in somewhere. Somebody will tighten, somewhere you will loosen. All these things is what we are trying to do as part of this, with people, with systems, with processes, so that everything aligns to get together to move to that goal, which is single goal. And we keep saying there is companies exist to make profit, and profit is not a bad word, because otherwise there is nothing here, right? So money, profit is one of the important metric of success of anyone. You may say happiness and all that, but you try without money, right? Some of them would reach that stage also, I'm not denying. But a company, if it is a commercial organization, money is an important metric that you must all do. And then we try to align different resources which is coming in. So we saw some of this, and I'm just going to look at what is that we would do. We will do some recap, and I want everyone quickly saying that what happened in 1, 2, 3, and then we will discuss something on entrepreneurship planning and business planning. And I am hoping that some business plan you have already worked on, or you are just coming, and that exactly is my question, right? My question would be that without monitoring, are you able to do things? How many follow-ups we require in our life? How many, like Kiran actually messages me saying that no, some conversations that this is my business plan. Before every session, I get something from Kiran, and I'm so happy about it, because Kiran doesn't need reminders, Kiran doesn't need monitors. And when the people who are talking about monitoring and everything else, are we doing that? Are we doing? Otherwise, it is just no. So we would discuss some of this, because entrepreneurship and business planning is not for entrepreneurs. It is for me. It is for I. It is for everyone here, and which includes me as well. And how do you do? Why you have to do entrepreneurship, or why you have to do measure anything? Right? In analytics, we are obsessed with measurement. Obsessed. We are trying to measure people's performance. We are trying to measure every system, everything we are trying to measure. So if we have that analytics mindset, business planning should become a joy, not a task, right? So all these things we would discuss, and we will also look at how do you actually do. So we have, I only received Kiran's, maybe others have sent or it is in the LMS, I have not seen. But if we will also see how to prepare your pitch deck. And because somebody was telling, I think, I don't know whether Madhu is there in the class or not. Can Gauri, not there, I think. So if somebody was telling that, I want to know how do you negotiate things? How do you negotiate? I think every moment we are negotiating, and how do we negotiate is some of the things that which we will discuss, and general discussion and way forward. So this is the plan. Hope this is fine. We have already reached 10:30. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Process.
Okay. So since we have seen some bit, a few people have submitted, people have not submitted. Why did we do business modeling canvas? A single way to capture business modeling, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did we do that?
I think to understand how does that, I mean, whichever company we are looking into, how did they plan their model? What were their, business strategies, so that we can identify, maybe if we are comparing different companies, we can identify what different they did so that they were successful. These all key things we can identify from this model.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And just to add to it, like me as an investor, if I am trying to invest in any company, I will definitely be interested towards knowing what is their business model, who are their key partners, where are they investing, what is their value proposition. So that will help me as an investor. It will give me a knowledge about how competitive they are, how profitable they are, or is it good to put in my money in them or not. So that is what business model will help me with.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? I mean, you are all overstretching business model. Of course, I appreciate the answers, but I am just thinking, if I am putting all these things, what is the value I am creating, and who for whom I am creating, right? This is one. So I see, if you see the numbers, it's very important for you to know, because some people start from here, left to right. No,
Yes.
it is all jumbled up. You start with customer segments. For whom am I making anything at all? Customer segments is not the whole family. Customer segment is that 70-year-old veteran who is alone in this house. Can you put a personal face around that person? User persona, when we discuss about in design thinking, can you put a face to that person?
Okay.
In that whole family, there are 10 members, but I am looking at that 70-year-old and his problems, his difficulties,
Mhm.
right? So I start from there, because I like old people or something like that, because I think I know them better. For some reason, I am picking this customer segment among so many customer segments. And then I am designing a value. And then what is that, the connection between my product? Suppose I am creating a memory enhancement device or something, because this person is forgetful, and I am trying to create something. How do I connect these two, value proposition and customer segments? Therefore, I need a channel to connect to him. Therefore, I need to connect to him with with my heart, right? This one is more of a physical channel, or a way to for him to order or whatever. But here I am talking about how do I connect to that person, right? Now, if I have this clear, I am trying to put what all I have to put. If I have to create a memory device or task or an IoT device or something which I can sell it to him, what all I need? What are my key resources? What are the activities? Do I need a if it is an IoT device, then I need to know what kind of inputs that I need to put. And if you see that this is my cost structure. Now cost structure could be, this is here, it is equated that between cost and revenue. This is where you will get the revenue from. You will get the revenue from selling. Now, is it that 30% is my cost and 70% I am getting the margins, profit margin? Then it's an excellent one because I am able to manage, contain my cost within this. So if I am looking at more closely, again, the question is, why am I doing this? It's not strategy is a great word, but strategy is abused word because it's not clear. What is that meaning? That I look at it and I understand this company strategy. Is it? Is it? So there is so much written on business model, so much materials available. If you do not read and if you think that, okay, I'll just stand and watch what is happening, then you are not going to internalize those concepts, right? So this is an integral part of your business planning, right? And then what we do is that, and as an entrepreneur or as a person who is constantly innovating, we are constantly pivoting. But that question is, it will come back to you that how much we are comfortable in our own job. Sometimes some of them, I'm not telling loyalty is bad, but some of them continue in the same company for whole life and retire there, right? They do not pivot in, at least in changing the companies. But if they are really entrepreneurial, he or she would be moving in the same company in different positions. That I would want to work on processes first. I understand the process. Now can I move to the customer support where I am talking to customers? Can I now move to the development team? Can I move now to more of leading positions, connecting all these things? I keep pivoting because I am constantly looking for where the money is. Business model is going to give you that direction. If I am going to put 70-80% of my money in these key resources, key activities and key partners, and my cost structure is skyrocketing, but I don't have the right customer segments, numbers who are actually buying because I failed to create customer relationship, and my revenue streams, I'm not even been able to identify what are my revenue streams and what is the percentage of contributions of each of these streams. I am not able to do. Then that means this business model canvas must help us to put the weight. And again, I'm using the word weight because that is what we always do. Should I spend my focus on creating the value proposition? Or should I focus so much on building the channels to reach the customers? Or should I create more emotional bonding with my customer segment so that they are so loyal with me? If you would have read the book Hooked, you would understand that a lot of companies focus on customer relationship management. And all these questions one need to answer, right? So if you have not done this exercise, if you have not done with your complete passion and interest and all that, it is just gyan only. It is not going to help you, right? So what is a business model? Silence.
Ma'am, that is what, ma'am. Just to add to it. So business model will help us in knowing what are the strategies that the company is adopting and what is the roadmap that it has laid out.
The word strategy is a very. It has. You have. See, to create a value proposition, you need a strategy.
Yes, ma'am.
For customer relationship, you need to have a unique strategy, or you have to convert this. So this is called a building block for an organization. Business model is a building block.
Okay.
Means if you don't have this block, say this is 9 blocks, right? If you don't put these blocks together, then you may actually lose some of the important understanding about the business. And your job is to minimize this part. Minimize this part. That's where strategy comes in.
Okay.
Your job is to minimize cost and improve this part, revenue.
Okay.
That's where analytics comes in. That's where it's not analytics. Any tool, today it is analytics, tomorrow it would be something else. Our job is to minimize cost and increase the revenue. So if you yeah, so I would want you to now look at business model and say, I think this model is not working. I'm going to pivot. Now, what are you going to pivot? The entire company? No, I may pivot a pricing, which is going to affect my because of the cost structure I have. I may increase or decrease the pricing, or I may say that I would spend more time on a hybrid model. If you see, say, a lens cart, you've seen lens cart, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not talking about any controversies or anything. I'm just looking at the business model. When Titan Eyewear is growing about, say, I think 5 to 6% annually.
Okay.
These people are growing, I think in 100% and all that. I don't exactly remember. What are they doing? How are they doing? How are they doing? Right? That is because they have looked at this business model, even mapped maybe eyewear market, the entire competition's business models, and then they try to identify where is the gap, what people are not doing, right? You know how an eyewear market works, right? Customer has to go to a very conventional looking shop, and then if there is an ophthalmologist or that pharmacist who will put all these things on the eye, will do some measurement and then wait for some time. I mean, I will have to pick something which is there, some old glass frames and all that, and then we have to wait. We have to wait for say 3-4 days and then pick up the glass, right?
Yeah.
This is the model. Now, if you put that business model here, how does it look? It's a very non-entrepreneurial model. There is no entrepreneurship. Businesses are run without entrepreneurship also. You don't need entrepreneurship is an idea. It's a spirit. It is an attitude. It's not it's not something physical. It is an attitude. And this whole class, I would want to build you that thinking process. Sometimes being in India, we are so risk averse that we don't even admit that we are risk averse, right? So if you see Lenskart or Titan Eyewear or any major players, what is the disruption that they have done? So we keep talking about business model disruption, right? And that is what is going to happen now, especially in your time. Next 20 years, you will see a lot of industries are getting disrupted. We don't need drivers. We don't need point-to-point transportation. We don't need. Then what will we do with those companies? So Lenskart did, I think, one of the biggest sales during COVID. How? How? Have you ever thought how they disrupted the business model? So similarly, you have to be obsessed with companies, business models, and how are they making money. And making money is very visible because there will be reports and there will be. So if somebody says that Lenskart made those many growth and millions or billions, are you keen to understand what is that they are doing? Read more about it, right?
Okay.
So I'm just looking, don't look business model, okay, this has been taught in business model. But if I even ask the basic question, can you name what are the 9 building blocks of business model? Can anyone name it 9 now, immediately? First, second, third, in the order, in the right order.
Just a second.
Kiran, I think I will ask you later, but I'm asking everyone else.
The first is customer segment.
I
Then
will
is
ask
the
Jyoti also to keep quiet.
okay.
Others?
May not be in sequence, but you know, first is what exactly, I mean, which customers we are actually referring to. Maybe the customer segments, then the key partners, maybe like based like who all are involved in,
I
you
am,
know,
I am waving my hand, Tushar. So it is very, very, very easy to remember, Tushar, and I'm for the sake of everyone else who are silent. Uh, you need the customer first, not the product, not the solution, and nothing. You need the customer first. Can you put a person's face on the customer segment? Then you need to create a solution fitting that customer with whatever capabilities you have. So
okay,
value proposition is the second one. Tushar,
yeah,
now to create that value proposition, you may go and get your right resources. It could be there are 4 5 resources we say, no, men, machine, material, money,
right,
and all that, right? Those are the resources. Now you have to put those resources into action. They have to start moving. That's your key activities, right?
right.
You have to put simply product will not come. Key resources, key activities. Then once
Uh,
your product is ready, then you have to connect this product with the customer, no?
Correct. Customer relationship
Yes, and a channel.
and
And the
channel.
channel.
Right, and then the cost would come into picture, like how much cost if we are building a product, then what would be the cost, and then the revenue.
Yes. One thing which we have missed is key partners.
Key partners,
So,
yes.
yeah. So in Lenskart, who are the key partners? If you have to put this business model, who are the
Uh,
key partners?
Maybe the vendors who are making the lenses.
They own the manufacturing. They own the manufacturing. Who are the other partners you can think about? What is their channel strategy? How do they reach to the customers?
I
In,
think the persons who go and do the eye checkup and show the eye frames.
yes. So there is a, I don't know the name of the person, he is the ophthalmologist or whoever. They have registered ophthalmologist. I am not using the word ophthalmologist, but registered that practitioner who goes with 100 plus models to that person's house and get it done. That's one set of partners. They may not be directly on the rolls, or you could even have a different model to enroll more of them, because the country needs more wide reach. And then who are the other partners? There are so many conventional eyewear companies, eyewear shops now became Lenskart franchisee. Why? Because they are able to give them 25 to 30% margins compared to running their shop. So we need to identify those partners or those vendors as well, right?
Right. And I think as we make the payment online, maybe the payment gateways also would be their key partners.
Yes. And they also have this the what is that, experience center and all that, where they are not selling anything, but they can actually touch, but then the order is done and they follow just in time, and that is an important concept. So key activities, how do they do that? Because every company today, they have to minimize inventory. Inventory is the cost. So zero inventory, and that is the way processes are moved, and that's where analytics again comes in, right? So
Right.
so if you look at business models of Lenskart, now if you want to place yourself as a competition to Lenskart, would you not look at Lenskart's business model? Would you not look at Tata Eyewear, Titan Eyewear? Would you not look at a regular franchisee model? What is that you are trying to say? You are finally trying to capture their P&L statement and say, this is my sales coming in every month. I have, say, 100 customers coming to my shop, buying on an average this much is my eyewear cost. And to get this done, I am connected to my manufacturing team and all that. I have this cost and I have this margin. Business model finally come back to P&L or a balance sheet at the end, right? Now, whoever gets that more and more and more and more profit margin, we have discussed this, right? That is the that is the key. Whoever gives you maximum profit margin. So if I am coming back to this single sheet, I am talking that how do you reduce this cost? How do you increase this revenue?
Mhm.
So that the profit margin is achieved. For that, you have to tune in here, you have to tweak here, you have to tweak here. If you make this very heavy, because I need a fancy office, I need a lot of people with me, right? These are all cost. Key resources are cost. Okay, so I'm just skipping some of it, but then I hope business model will give you a good understanding on any company's business model. And if I have to disrupt, I have to disrupt. How do I do this? On a scale. If we can't think all these things, we are not entrepreneurial enough. And if we cannot apply this in our life, and that's what I think we have been telling, if you are a good people person in your house, if you are a good finance manager in your house, there are chances, better chances that you will end up managing those things better in the companies as well. Okay, so we have spent so much time on this, how finance works, and hope that was useful. Any thought on those? Anyone? Mihir Desai's book, we spent almost 5-6 hours on it. Are you able to comfortably read financial statements now?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, ma'am, I have a clarity towards what is what, especially the parameters that are used in building balance sheet, cash flow and operating cost and stuff. So maybe I might need a few more readings to understand that in depth and to know, because I'm thinking of coming to that extent or to that level wherein if I just open a company's balance sheet, I should be able to quickly within few minutes or few seconds, I should be able to make the decision how well the company is doing. So to come to that level, I might need few more readings and few more things to go through. But to the state that I was previously just 2 or 3 weeks ago, now I'm bit comfortable in at least understanding what is what. So
Okay,
at
okay.
least that I'm able to do it.
What is a single metric that, no, what is a single formula of to tell that you are a successful company? Single KPI.
ROE, ma'am, request, I mean, that equity part which you had
Hmm. Hmm. What is that? Because
um,
we are going to discuss so much on that.
written on equity which the investments have done.
Yes. Return on equity. What's the formula?
It is
Kiran.
the net profit divided by the equity that we have given or that I have put.
Okay, okay. Net profit, right? The
Yeah,
last
divided.
line,
Yeah,
top,
the last one,
top,
ma'am. After EBIT, everything.
everything what you have in the house, right?
Yeah.
Divided by the money that the investors are putting.
Okay.
Okay. And another question I want to ask is why in the balance sheet shareholders' equity is called a liability? Can Tyagarajan tell me the answer? Because some are not there. Why in a balance sheet shareholders' equity is called a liability?
Yeah, you had explained this, ma'am. I remember.
I'm not able to recover. Yeah, recollect. Yeah, yesterday I thought of this. I came through this point when when I was going through your PPT. I forgot. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Deepak, how is life at VMware?
Hi, Shinu. Good morning. Yeah, life is little bit tough nowadays. There was one
L-
release which
l-
didn't go well.
well,
So,
I'm surprised to know that you said little bit, Deepak.
Okay. It was pouring
yeah, current
festival. Okay.
it's completely. bugged of life. But yeah, I can remember. So liability, I mean, that comes under liability because anyhow we have to pay that payment to the our shareholders. It's not our liquidity, or I mean, it's not our cash money or something. If in something goes wrong, we have to pay that money to our shareholders, either
One
by selling
simple,
or.
simple way that I remember is that companies, company is not you. Company is a different entity. Company is a person. Company has borrowed money from me. I am the founder. Company is no. So I am Shinu. I am the founder of this company,
Mhm.
but I am not the company.
Exactly.
Company is person X. Got it? Suppose
Yeah.
I have say a company name. I'm just putting um, say Adi Enterprise. Aditya is my son's name, right? Aditya Enterprise. Aditya Enterprise is not Shinu. Got it?
Got ma'am. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a different entity here.
Yes. I am giving money to Aditya Enterprise on certain terms that I will get my money back. I am the founder again. But I am putting all my hard-earned money thinking that this Adi enterprise will grow one day and give me back my money. He has to give me back, no? So it's
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
liability. Tyagarajan?
Yes, you got it. Yeah, equity shareholders are part of both profit and loss of a company. Whatever the profit they get, they have to give back to the shareholder. If they incur loss, they have to. Um,
Bear that.
yes.
I have to bear the profit as
Yeah.
well as loss.
Yes.
But that is why I am also taking little risk. But then for the company, for the company, I am a liability. My money is a liability. That's it. So that is why it is in the liability side. It's not asset. Asset side is, are they distributors with that money, with Shinu's money? What are the enterprises doing? Are they buying land? Are they building products? Are they building a building? Right? That all that is their assets. Are the enterprises assets? Hope that is clear. Pradeep? Pradeep is not there. Now I have to put a monitoring device around Pradeep. Okay. I'll try to remove Pradeep. Huh? Everyone is silent.
No, ma'am, we are here.
Pradeep, are you there? No, yes. Okay, let me go back to the no what we were discussing. And this is very important. We have discussed about ATH technologies. So the question that if you remember is Janet Isabella, right? You remember? Somebody
Yes,
who
ma'am.
had the case. Yeah. So Janet Isabella, somebody was telling that no, I don't want to be Janet Isabella. Sometimes you don't have such choices. And bigger the risk that you take, like Kiran was telling that I will take the risk and I will try to experiment and I would be called as a turnaround strategist. And there are a lot of such brilliant minds. That's why we are learning MBA. MBA's task is to actually go and turn around a bad company into a good one. Now to convert a bad one into good one, is there a single trick? You have to be as granularly as possible. You have to understand every input, every process, every output. So if you are creating a system view of the company, you need to understand what are the things that we are getting, what is the cost of it, what all action is taking, and then what money is generated. That whole process of profitability. I think one key thing I want to keep on telling you is that profitability is it must be your aim. Increase the profitability because that will bring better shareholders value and you will be considered successful if you are in this commercial businesses, right?
Okay.
You can say, oh, I am so fed up of money, I want to go and do farming. There also it will not leave you. Even in farming, if you have to continue with a lifestyle you want, you need to still work on the cost structure. You need to still work on the product side, your customer segment. All that again will come back and catch you. So there is no escape from this concept, right? Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Disagree?
Yeah, Shin.
Okay, so I'm not putting anything here. I'm just going to the next one. We will get on to entrepreneurial spirit, business planning. We'll see how valuation is done. We may not get on to growth stage firms, but at least on the startups. And we will discuss about pitch deck, and we will keep some discussions in the end. Is that the plan? Anyone wants to say anything? How much? How many of you? Anything else?
Nothing, ma'am. Well, I just wanted to give an example, ma'am. Like you said, right? If you want to go to a job, do the farming, even there, the MBA or management skills, business, financial, everything will be required. So something similar happened to one of my friend in my previous company. His name is Ilavarasan, and he quit the job. He started a groundnut oil business in Chennai. So with just my MTech or I think he was a BTech. So with that knowledge, I don't think he was able to survive. So I got to know that he came back to Bangalore. He took up a course in some college. I'm not sure which college is that. And with that, he was again able to expand or at least do some profit from his business. So now he's in a good position. The reason why I say is this because through his Facebook status, the kind of pictures that he posts, right? So that we can come to know that he is doing good in his groundnut oil business.
Mhm. So I think you should, if you have a friend like that, you must try to help. So maybe, yeah. See, you must always reach out to that person, right? Because these are all the ways that you can experiment these concepts. If you haven't experimented, if you haven't lived all these concepts, you don't have the confidence to go and say that I will help you to turn around. Now, how many of you can confidently say that I will help you to, no? Until you do this, there is just by listening nothing is happening, but acting on it, practicing, you will help, you will get the help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now let me get back to this and okay, anyone has any entrepreneurial background or anyone who have done anything around it, any course or anything?
No, ma'am.
I want to hear from others.
No, Shinu.
No.
No, all did MBA to grow higher in the same company or different company. That's all, right? Okay. So I just put because I don't know whether we can. Now entrepreneur, everyone knows that it's about starting something, right? Entrepreneurship is about starting something, growing something, a business ideally, an organization for profit. You can have an organization for not for profit as well. Not for profit means what is the next goal? If not for profit, it could be for social impact, social reach. Say, for example, I would want to run an eyewear company for poor eyewear because eyewear is a need for poor as well. But I don't expect money to come from the poor, but I would want it to be funded by somebody else from the investor side. But the investors ask is that can you reach more people? Can you give this service to more people? So my metric would become social impact in terms of reach and in terms of numbers that I'm able to give this service compared to profit. So that there is for profit and not for profit organizations. But here in an MBA class, because this class is on commercial entrepreneurship, we are talking about starting and growing a business for an organization for profit. So this is the key word here, right? For profit. So you are not running a entrepreneurship like a lifestyle business saying that it is okay, I need this much money. It is continuously looking for ways to maximize your profit. And this is one of the best definition that What is this person? Who is this person? And if you know, there are people who, everyone who startup is not an entrepreneur. Everyone who is not starting up is may not be no that he also could be an entrepreneur, right? A person who starts up, everyone need not be an entrepreneur. Everyone who is not starting might also be an entrepreneur. What is that meaning? Because it's an attitude. It's an attitude. You could be an entrepreneur within your company because you are opportunity obsessed. How opportunities come? Like what Kiran did on chatbot, because there was a project from the university that he did it. But if you are really obsessed, Kiran,
Yes,
your job is now to move and see whether this chatbot is actually creating a value which can lead to profit.
okay.
How am I showing this whole the whole chatbot usage increased, number of escalations reduced, now the cost associated with that whole process is reduced, and still you are not stopping there. You are thinking that how do I now innovate this chatbot? How do I increase the usage? If the usage is 10%, how do I move it to 80%, to 100%? Once 100% is achieved, you will start getting a lot of customer inputs. Customer is the person who is using your chatbot. You will still get a lot of inputs. Now, how do I move to the next level? Am I opportunity obsessed, saying that okay, from chatbot now I would create an entire virtual world, right? Now everybody is going metaverse way, right? You are opportunity obsessed because you are trying to solve a problem for the customer and for the organization you are working with, saying that I would create a conversational system as good as I being there solving this problem statement, problems escalations with an AI solution. So you are opportunity obsessed, and it's not one time task. It is a continuous obsession. It is that fire you have in your belly is what makes an entrepreneur continue doing. So if you are an entrepreneur, once you start up, even if you fail, you will persevere, you will get up, and you will build another one. That spirit is called entrepreneurship. It's like love is not a verb, right? Love is not a verb. Love is a, it's much beyond all that, right? So entrepreneur, that spirit how do you get that spirit? If you are, it's not a person. It's not that okay, Tata is an entrepreneur. No, Tata is entrepreneurial. That is the difference. And what is that? They are looking for opportunity because they are here to create value from nothing. Just an open, plain opportunity they see because they have the vision. That's why vision comes in. They have the vision. They can see through that opportunity and see great value. If I pursue this opportunity, at the end of it, what I get. And right now, I don't know how do I do it. I don't have money. I don't have people. I don't have ecosystem. I don't have anything. But I have me. That spirit feels that irrespective of the resources I have, I will chase that opportunity because I know at the end of that opportunity, there is a possibility of creating great value for the people, whoever is invested in this opportunity. Does it make sense?
Yeah, Shinu, so can we say that entrepreneurship is like it's a thought process or plan without anything in execution, and then once we have a clear plan, then we go ahead finding the resources and
Have you
execute.
heard about lean startup? Lean startup. Please read that book. I think we put. I'm putting all these book. What does lean startup says?
Sorry, I haven't read that.
Yeah, I think these are standard. At least about, I would say about 20 books you must have in your library. right?
Mhm.
Which are the 10, 20 books you must have in your house? How much is it? Why it is showing
10,000 or
so much?
something.
It's not that I think I am putting in some other countries.
But I have given a lot of thought about this entrepreneurship since the assignment that I was doing over past 2 weeks, right? As per my thinking or whatever thought process that I have been through, I think risk taking factor is the one that defines everything, because I might have money, I might have an idea, but am I ready to take that much of risk, given the fact that I have a family to take care of, parents to take care of? If something goes bad, so who will cover it up? So maybe age factor, the situational basis also depends upon how risky or how prompt an entrepreneur is to take a decision. uh,
So entrepreneur is a person becomes entrepreneurial not just because he is born like that. He is not
mhm.
born. He is made. There are so many factors which make him being made, right?
Okay.
It would be, I think, the biggest known factor.
Mhm,
Factors of entrepreneurship is different from known factors. Why I am not an entrepreneur could
mhm.
be the family that you have been born and brought up with.
True, true. Yeah.
What is the continuous messages that we are giving to the kids, right? Go find a job. No, I mean we all do that. I'm just telling.
Yes,
Go,
yes.
no, that government job is secure. This VLA job is secure, right?
Yeah, secure.
Security is
Yeah,
like.
security is the one that often we stress upon. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true.
Yeah.
So
So it is a risk and reward combination. No,
true.
you have taken some risk, minimal the risk, minimal the returns.
Correct.
So it is, there are so many known factors. It could be your family upbringing. It
Mhm.
could be the education that, in fact, education is so badly designed that whoever the creative kid comes to education, they will become uncreative, non-creative end of education, right? You have
Very
seen that,
true, man.
no?
Very true, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the sad state of education. So it could be because of education, right?
Mhm.
So that is why it is the onus is on the students also to keep asking questions, be curious, be inquisitive, be experimenting on things. And when I think in say like in US and all that, why entrepreneurship and innovation is so high, because they no they want to do something, and the parents also kind of no, so you will see definitely the kids would have sold lemonade in their young age, right?
Mhm.
On the next, in front of their house they'll set up a lemonade no lemonade what is
Yes.
that, a small kiosk.
Yeah.
They definitely do. Have you sold anything in your life?
I
Anything?
have done that, ma'am. In my childhood days, I have I was given a geometry box, a bigger one, and in that I had a few stickers and labels. So, and we had a dice. Like there was a small. It was given as an assignment by my school itself. So during our summer holidays, we have to run a small game wherein we had labels, we have stickers, we had those badges and all, small badges. So there was a game like if you roll the dice, if the even number comes three times continuously, then there is a prize for that. We can give two labels, three labels. And I have made not money. We did not play on money, but those labels and stickers we played, and I got profited by that. But at the end of the day, I had to throw it away. But it was a fun game.
So the experience that you gain in your life,
uh,
these are the bigger memories you have in life, Kiran. Not
yes, ma'am.
sitting and listening to an entrepreneurship lecture by
Mhm.
me, just by sitting there, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I can write and give you, you will not remember anything.
true, true.
But because I have been in entrepreneurship training and all that for almost 15 plus years, and we have been very actively part of something called National Entrepreneurship Network. So we have done multiple experiments on entrepreneurship, and bigger entrepreneurship games like sales activities, because sales is so predominant in entrepreneurship, right? If you are
Yes.
not able to sell what you have to your customer, if you can't uh, remove that inhibition and say that this is the product I have, put my heart and soul to make it. And this cost, say, I'm just putting a great figure, 50 lakhs.
Mhm.
Can you sell that? Can you sell that? Right? So this inhibition on sales, and this will only come when you actually practice it. So entrepreneurship cannot be taught in sitting here like this. It has to be taught on the ground, that actually build a product, prototype. Go sell to people. See how many of you are buying, right? And then show me the money. Simple task, show me the money.
Yeah.
Anyone, any thought on this? Do you have the guts? Do you have the courage? Do you have that, no, that challenging my mindset? I will beat everyone here in that game. I can show you more money. Yes? No? What?
I mean,
All of already slept, is it?
I have never tried it.
Shinu,
I've never tried it, ma'am. But I think if I'm given an opportunity, I think I'll
Nobody is
actually
going to
do it.
give you an opportunity. Opportunity is to be taken.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to defend whatever you say, because as an entrepreneur, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible. Yeah.
As an
no, Shinu,
entrepreneur,
you are breaking in between. That's what I wanted to tell. I mean, I'm
okay,
not
I
No,
sure
will.
whether it was happening.
no. For me, it was okay, Jyoti. There was no, lag or breakage.
Okay.
Yes,
Jyoti, you
ma'am.
wanted to say something? Jyoti, you wanted to say something?
No, it was
I'm going
Gauri,
off
I
from
think.
I'm going off from the video. Jyoti, you wanted to say something?
No, Shinu, it was Gauri, not me.
Ah, okay. No, do you want to say something when I say,
Uh,
can you
Regarding
play
the
a...
entrepreneurship.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Shinu. So my goal is to have, to start up a business and, using this skills which you are showing. So I very much agree that the skills are not to be taught in class and it has to be implemented. And I would like to implement the skills in my, dream. So I have a dream to open up a company and expand it as well. So either in the restaurant business or the business which I'll be discussing today. So there are two business which I have thought of.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. Others? Tushar?
Yes, to be honest, I haven't thought of this yet. But maybe going further, maybe these classes may, motivate me further on this area. So, yeah, so as of now, no. Considering also the risk factors that I see, so these are the couple of things that haven't made me, go to that area now.
Madhu joined. Madhu, are you there?
Oh, yeah, ma'am, I'm there.
Can you show me the money if I do if I ask you to do a 1 day task, and this is the task we actually do, that 1 day build something, sell something, end of the day show me the money. No, Madhu, difficult. Going to speak. Baby is speaking anyway. Madhu, can
No
you?
idea. No idea, ma'am.
Okay, so get idea, I would say, right? No idea means get idea. Okay, so if you see here, and I can't stress this slide more, it is by looking at that person, you will know that person is entrepreneurial, opportunity obsessed. Three things they do: opportunity obsessed, creating value without worrying about whether I have resource today or not. Without any resource. So you would have seen stellar examples, right? Those who start from nothing, first generation entrepreneurs who are growing and who have built an empire. And it is not about building once, building many, many times over, and building irrespective of the limitations as well as setbacks. So that person, now what is that anatomy? And that's why it is written, but you don't have to connect it with an entrepreneur. Any successful person, they take risk, but they are not like mindless risk takers. They take calculated risk. They can, that is why this finance acumen, your process understanding, your work experience, all that comes into picture. You are gaining as much experience as much possible on the ground, so that I know I can plan out the risk, and I will create strategies where I can plan how to mitigate them, right? And everything else, if you say risk taking, courageous, they are bold, they have strong work ethic. I think this is one thing that I want to say. If individually all of us have exhibit very strong work ethic, and I have been telling this I think in previous some sessions also, that when a person in because I have seen three different set of people in the same house. We have three rooms, all the three are working online. One person is telling that I am working, but then he is actually playing something. Another person is not in the seat even, but he is on. The other person, because it is an integrity, a quality within, that he is clocking in much beyond what is being asked, not for the company, for himself. So that person, that anatomy of the person, it is difficult to keep on making the other person who is sleeping or who is playing and saying that I am doing things. It's very difficult, right? So but constant education, constant all these things, and this person has high network, very important, and we will see that later. But I'm just moving away from all these definitions and all that, so that we can move on. And this is where I would want all of you to read this Robert Kiyosaki's. I have told, so buy a few books. If you want, I can give you a list, but at least you must have these 4 or 5 books in your library, in your personal physical library. That Rich Dad Poor Dad, your basic books, and the big list. But this one book, what is that it says? That if I think like an employee, that I have a job, I am a individual contributor, or I am a team lead, I am a manager, I am a CEO, whoever I am an employee for an organization. My time is my money. If I don't spend my time on my money, on my job, I don't get salary. Simple. You could be CEO, you could be VP, you could be C level executives, all kinds of nomenclature, or you could be a person security who is standing there. If I clock in at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock and clock out at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or whatever, I get money for that day. If I do not clock in my time is equally, or it is directly proportionate to the salary I get. Very dangerous proposition. So what we are saying is 100% of my time and my whole myself, I have to get one income, one source, which is my job, which is my income. Very bad mindset, which all of you have, all of us have. And then we say it is secured. We are not secure. We are actually the most insecure people on earth. Because if something happens, God forbid, that you don't have this. Something happens on the road, something happens mentally, you don't have this. So it is 100% you are putting your whole life into one basket and telling that I am secure because I have a great job in a great company. Very bad, very sad. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you want to move from E to self-employed, I want to run something. So I don't want a job, or you will see a lot of people who for some reason have not taken employment, but they want to start a shop, they want to do something. They're also the same habits, same mindset. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. I would go open my shop at 8 o'clock and work till 12 o'clock night. But if maybe I have my wife or my kid or my husband running this shop, so I have two people, that means I own a job, but then my time again. If my whole family wants to go for vacation for a week, that shop is closed and money or income will stop coming. No leverage, no leverage. Time is the biggest leverage. Time is the biggest leverage, right? So here maybe you can expect little more money because I am putting my whole family into this. So if I am not there, my wife will sit in the shop, or my son will sit in the shop. Somebody is sitting in the shop. So three people family means I am creating little more leverage, because even in my absence for 2 days, my family can run. But if my whole family wants to take a break for some marriage or something, then this shop is closed. No money. Better than this, but may not be better than this. It depends on how much you are earning. How much is this money we are talking about? So here you have put $1, here they have put $2, because there is some bit of leverage. Now, so you would see 95% of our population is in this. We struggle. This is called red ocean, right? Red ocean, blue oceans. We struggle. 95% of us is in this. Problem is this line is some big mindset. If you want to break this line and get into this side, this is where the blue ocean is. This is where the world's 5% or the last 1% actually make money out of you, because this 95% people like us are donkeys. These people make money out of us. But to make this donkey thinking, break my mindset and become a horse, that mindset is like reinforced steel. It is a steel barrier. In your mind, it has been fixed. It's like conditioned that we cannot take risk. We cannot take risk. If I take risk, what happens? So if you go to here, say a business owner, I own a business, so there is a very famous saying, right? That if $100 is dropped from Bill Gates' pocket, he doesn't have to pick up that $100. He will definitely pick up because he knows the value for money. But that same second, he would have actually earned in multiple dollars, right? Multiple dollars, because in his absence, he has created a system. That is the leverage. He has created a system that even if he is going for a year, I'm not telling nobody will go for a year, but I'm telling, but Bill Gates and all of them have gone actually, that this set of people will work for them. So in your absence, if you are giving 1% of your time, but you have leveraged your time by building people, you are creating an income without you, even in your absence. 95, 100, almost 99% of world's wealth is with these people. Now, another option you have, if you don't want to set up and try all these, because there is lot of work around in this. This is work is less. Though we say that, oh, I am working so hard. It's like donkey saying I am working very hard, right? Sorry to put an analogy, because I am also a donkey only, right? So let's move to this investor. Suppose I don't want to take one risk with one company. Can I invest in this company, in another company, through multiple ways? I have these business owner has opened an IPO. Their shares are trading. I am going to invest as a prudent investor. Pick the right company to invest so that in my absence, say Warren Buffett, he has an investment firm, but he himself is not producing anything. There is no business that he is owning, but he is owning multiple businesses through just investing money. This is called passive income, right? Passive income. Without this whole part, this is linear income, this is residual income or passive income. This two plays is blue ocean. But what you need is this mindset, which is your biggest enemy. That donkey will remain donkey and die like a donkey. Any thought on this? Or scared of telling that we are donkeys?
No, I think it's a hard realization that we are donkeys.
True.
But yeah, I would definitely want to actually move to the fourth quadrant where the investors are actually put.
Yes, yes. Okay. Then you need to learn so many things about investments. You need to build a skill. You
Right.
need to build a process. You need to build a process. Not again taking some money out of this and then creating here. Then if you are not there, still this will die. Your job is to think about how to create money if I am not there. That is passive. That is residual. Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Madhukeshwar.
So, Shinu, I have a question here. So, with so much of knowledge on the entrepreneurship which you have you ever thought of like starting up a business or a company? I mean,
So, so I feel okay. Let me answer this. It's a good question. So I am always I always say I am an entrepreneur at heart. So of course we started off in a edu space because I really love this field, right? Because I think I can add a lot of value. So 2 3 times that so I am kind of a little naive, though I may sound little harsh or something. So we started off one of the venture didn't do well. Then we no we got into so I while I am working I also work with some of the startups. One second, even in here in this Reva, I have been given kind of an entrepreneurial kind of an entrepreneurial kind of opportunity, which I thought this at least I can look at. Pradeep has come on audio mode, video mode, fan mode. Okay, so then hello.
Bit of, you know.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. So, so we have, I mean, so one of the venture didn't do well because of so many reasons, and maybe I'll tell you that eventually. So now I'm part of one entrepreneurship, one startup which we are working parallelly. Parallel in the sense I'm part of some of the founding team that which we say. And in race, we have this entrepreneurial opportunity. We can do anything here. That way, that freedom has been given. So I am kind of consoling myself that okay, I have this opportunity. The third is that my family runs a business, and my husband runs a business. So I'm part of little there.
yeah,
Jyoti?
Shinu. Yeah, Shinu.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking, with so much of knowledge of entrepreneurship, I mean, this knowledge should be basically, you need to use this knowledge somewhere. So I was just thinking, so that we also can get some, experience from you, so that in case in future I would like to go for a startup, we can reach out to you.
Anytime, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks.
So, in fact, I had worked with venture capital firms while I was working with the National Entrepreneurship Network. we have worked with at least about 1,000 plus entrepreneurs. So it is. I have a, I mean, at least in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, we have good networks, right? It is all about network because you will, and that's your leverage. Can you attract money at lower cost when you are deciding to start up? And that process you have to build now, right? So it's all there, but let's see where it goes. And yeah, so because in race anything is possible, I think, but it is not easy. See, I'm not telling everything is easy or something. We also go through. So here the entire P&L is on us, and we have too many things to experiment, too many things to take care, and all that. So that way, it is okay.
Yeah, Shinu.
Okay. Madhu, which quadrant are you?
Uh, Currently, the first one, man. Have a job. You have a job.
You have a job, thank God. Huh?
And currently moving to the second one also. You own a job. Like means I've invested in some property, so that property is going to get me a rent by the end of from this year.
Okay.
So if totally, I'll have some money which where I'll get some money where I completely not I did not depend on my salary.
Okay. So
That
that I
is
think then you are moving to this side. You are not moving here. You are
okay.
not moving here. You are moving here. It's an investment, right? You
Okay.
need to create multiple investments. That money is what we are talking, right?
Yeah.
But they say that if you can kind of map your salary and the passive income, the moment you can match your passive income reaching your current salary, you have achieved kind of personal freedom. Got it? If you are getting 1 lakh from the job and 1 lakh from the passive income, from the investments, then you have reached personal freedom.
Oh no, ma'am. That's too far. But by the end of this year, I'll start getting some rents and all. So so
Okay.
basic needs will be satisfied, ma'am, if I
Okay.
don't have a job also.
So I'm just telling about a benchmark, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
I'm not telling that currently where we are. But do we have a parallel plan on investing on somebody's good business? Because we don't know to run a business like that, but we will invest there, right? So please
Yeah.
read Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's an amazing book. Multiple books have been written, and yeah. So the question is why I'm talking about. I think we'll take a small break and then come back at 12. Yeah. Okay.
Sure,
Let's
sure. Yeah.
break. 15 minutes. Thank you.
इसको अपग्रेड नहीं कराओगे क्या?
Everyone is back. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, we are back.
Okay. So we were discussing about how to change the mindset of of all of us into taking little more better risk. Even if you are not getting an entrepreneurial opportunity, can you look at an intrapreneurial opportunity within the organization? Because that is where you have still the support of the team and everyone else. You can take little risk and start experimenting, right? And so this slide is mainly to kind of encourage, but what you don't see here is thousands and lakhs of companies who fail, right? But if you look at here in this one, that we say time taken to reach unicorn status, which is 1 billion in revenue in top line. We are not talking about the bottom line. We are talking about 1 billion in revenue US dollars, which is approximately about 7,000 crores revenue in Indian rupee. So in if you see here, what is the number of years that they have taken to reach here, say BillDesk, InfoEdge, you would have seen, right? InfoEdge and all that, one who has Naukri, right? Naukri, BillDesk, most of you are aware, Policy Bazaar, you are aware. So they have taken almost, some have taken close to 20 years. In fact, Facebook and some of these companies also took about 10 to 12 years to reach the first $1 billion mark of the revenue. Revenue reaching 7,000 crore is a big achievement. And here if you see, say Byju's or New Sigma, Big Basket, all of them are taking lesser and lesser and lesser time. And if you see here, Ola Electric and Paytm Mall, he is able to, sorry, anyone? Is
Nothing, ma'am.
able,
I was just saying yes. Yeah.
yeah, they are able to generate this 1 billion mark in less than 5 years. Can you imagine the thought process, the resource mobilization, the right opportunity, product building, thousands of things in motion. You know, can you imagine to reach a 7,000 crore revenue in less than 3 to 4 years? We need to look at efficiency and effectiveness like crazy, right? We discussed about efficiency and effectiveness. It's about putting the right processes and going after the right goal. Two things. Efficiency is putting the right processes, not wasting anything, but obsessed on the right processes, reducing or eliminating zero wastage, and then going after the right goal. Right goal could be that the right product fitment, all that comes there, that you are chasing that single target of how do we reach that 1 billion revenue line, right? And how faster. So it is, if it is a marathon, can you imagine all the companies start at same point? Some companies reach faster the destination, some companies don't even start well, they will wither off somewhere here and there. It is like how perseverance you are, right? It's not that they have a very like first itself they got a sixer and then they reach there. No, they would also be falling, failing, getting up, correcting their way, pivoting. So if you are visually looking at it, say 100 companies start at the same time, one company reached there. Why? The reason is why. What is that we are doing at actually tweaking the right processes, right thinking, right business modeling, right resource allocation, so that everything get aligned to that single goal of getting that profit number. No, it's not profit number, it's revenue number. It's amazing, right? Are you obsessed with this thought? How these companies are doing? Can we do it? Right? And if you say that, oh, I have thousands of ideas, nobody cares about your idea. Somebody say, oh, my idea, I don't want to tell to anyone. I mean, you die with that idea, right? Nobody cares. If you have $1 million idea, $1 billion idea, and you think it is the most biggest IP I have, you try to patent, nobody will patent also, right? But actually putting something, so VCs or somebody, if you want to, like somebody was asking that, how do I negotiate? You have to negotiate with solid evidence. Evidence is money. So then if you can create that, building an organization and a sustainable system, that is not so I was just reading, we will definitely look at how say Air India failed, how say Reliance Communication failed, right? These are all large case studies. Why did they fail? Whereas young entrepreneurial startups are doing so well, people whom we thought have the right background, right support system, right governmental support ecosystem for their favor, they failed. Air India failed. Being a government owned one means government could have done that so well, right? Because government wants everyone else, I mean, they are behind people, but they can't manage their own house. So is it intimidating? Is it inspiring? Is it everybody loves money, everybody loves, and again, I think in entrepreneurship, it's not about money. What is the value, social impact you are creating out of these businesses? India is growing because of them, not because of Air India. Right? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
See, it is supposed to be a debate and talk and all that. It's not.
Yeah, it's inspiring, but the black bars, right? They are also, they bound us to think in a different way also. Like,
So you mean that, okay, profitable and loss making. See, say Amazon never shows profitability, right? Amazon is always under loss, but we'll also see some bit on what Amazon is doing, right? They are reinvesting. See, it is not loss in the sense that why we have to show profit. Have you seen a accounting book of a startup? Have you seen? Have you seen? Have you
No.
tried to make? In your own balance sheet or in your own personal P&L, at I was telling that try making one, right, every week or every month. Suppose you out of your 1 lakh you spend everything and then you are left with say 20,000 rupees, right? Is that your profit? Is that the cash that you keep it around? No, you should actually invest, right?
Yeah.
This is invest. That's an expense again. So loss making and all that, we have to take it with a pinch of salt. What exactly they are making, right? So say for example, you went and acquired a large company like what Byju's is doing with the money that you are making, then it will again show, right? So it's not, don't take any of these things, I mean, just for the face value. But can you imagine somebody is reaching 7,000 crore on revenue? Revenue realized is what we are talking about, not revenue. So this is quite, my question is, how can, if somebody has taken 20 years to do it, why somebody is doing at 2 years, 3 years? What is that disruption or what is that product market fit they are doing, which market is lapping them up? Market is buying faster and faster and faster compared to these people. Revenue means sales. That is the two, both the words are interchangeable. Sales is revenue. You are looking at 7,000 crore every year sales. Nothing else. You don't look at black, blue, because we are definitely, we can go and look at their balance sheet and all that, why it is black. But I would say it's like a growing firm need not show profit. Of course, profit is on another end. I am also saying that okay, profitability. But can you look at what is that they are spending profit on? Are you investing? Are they reinvesting? Or they are putting us cash? We have seen that also in Mihir Desai's case study, right? Some of them have large cash in their kitty. If you put cash, if you keep cash in your cupboard, it's very bad idea. Because tomorrow, if you're 100 rupees, because of inflation, it will reduce to 95 rupees. Same 100 rupees, but the value that you will get in the market is 95 rupees. So keeping profit in the cash is not a good idea. Okay.
Yeah, Shinu, that makes sense.
Okay, now let's move to how do I, because everybody here in this in this team, I see Kiran is thinking, okay, let me start something. Jyoti is telling something. But today, if we have to start, how many of you are ready, right? Nobody, right? Okay. So it is why you have to be as close to the ecosystem. We have been telling this that like your fathers or I mean parents would say, by looking at your friends, we know what kind of person you will become, right? Agree?
Yeah, totally agree, ma'am. Yeah.
Are you with the right people now? Or are you with the people who drains your energy? Who would criticize or put you down at any point of time? Who are you with? That is the power of ecosystem. You have to try to find the right ecosystem and get in. Your thought process will change, your perspectives will change. In fact, no, one thing personally, because maybe I was not so confident and all that, but I had an opportunity to do a fellowship in US, and that has changed because the whole the whole way that people think there is so different. I have not seen a class. I mean, I have been there for almost no, close to 2 years. I have not seen because I was in a university. I was not seen a single class where a single student walks in after the professor walks in, and professor walks in exactly at 9 o'clock. Not a single soul. I have been there in multiple classes. Not a single soul will walk in after the professor comes. Exactly between 8:50 to even sometimes till 8:59, people would enter and fill the room. Exactly at 9, professor walks in. No calling, no making noise and WhatsApp messages. Get up, do right. That ethics. I am amazed by the ethics. I have seen because we were no in Pennsylvania. I was in Pennsylvania. That the whole morning when you get up on December and all that, it is nice, very romantic about ice, snow, and all that. But the whole night it will be snowing, and next day morning when you get up, the whole road is filled almost almost about 2 feet with deep snow. If we in India, we will go back to sleep. We will definitely 100% of our Indians will go back to sleep saying that it is snowing and we can't get out. All Americans, early morning, they will take their shovel and shovel out the entire snow, take the vehicle out and drive to the place of work. And they actually go to work very early, 7:30. They all of them are in the office, 7:30. So all these cold countries, innovation, if you see Europe, US, very, very tough conditions they live, tough conditions. And their ethics are, I can't believe, amazing, amazing. Our ethics, just blow one one wave blow next to us, we'll fall sick, right? Agree? I mean, I don't have to agree. It is visible, no? Even in this class, it is visible. Sorry to be blunt, but if you are with the right people, your whole perception changes. Your belly is filled with not with food and gas, but with fire. So do you have this right ecosystem? For that, you need to have that urge to say that this is not my life. I can do much more with my life. My life is, it can change the world. That power all of us have, right? So if you look at the ecosystem, what I have put is a few things. There are multiple meetups. So in NEN or any of the National Entrepreneurship Network system that we had, every week there used to be meetups of entrepreneurs. And what do you hear? If you go and attend such meetings, what do you hear? Failures, success stories, hugs, cries, how to overcome these difficulties, how to help each other. Excellent support system. It's not that, okay, if I help that person, then my business will go down. No, it's a collective effort of everyone in the ecosystem moving together. There are online meetups. Meetup.com, I don't know you have heard. Meetup.com, go and check how many entrepreneurial communities are meeting online. What are they talking? Startup founders, many startup founders will come and talk. Are you listening to them? If you listen to them, you will know, okay, this was the condition I am in. And I heard that entrepreneur saying that, oh, I had a working capital problem and this is how I managed. I had a set of problems with legal because I didn't register certain for licenses. And this is how I did it. So this collective wisdom is what ecosystem provides. So being with the right people, changing the way that currently you are in, because in this COVID thing, everybody is sitting in one room and they don't know what to speak, whom to speak, their social skills are nil. All these things are happening, right? There are accelerators. Do you know them? Accelerators, that means if you just go and say that I have a great idea and I am looking for help, there are people will come and help you with putting your business plan together, ask the right questions, identify the right resources, connect you with the right people. There are so many accelerators. There are so many venture funds, angel investors. There are so many programs. There are so many support groups and more. Government. So if you see, I just opened a few website which you can look at. So this one, this is Startup India. I'm sure that because government is talking so much on startups, right? Every budget, every planning, it is part of it. But if you see here, Startup India, I'm just putting here so that you can look at it. What is the benefit of being a startup? You don't have to actually pay tax almost no 5 to 10 years. In fact, if you show all your expenditure, you don't have to pay anything. And that's why personal tax is a better revenue than corporate tax. A lot of companies can find creative ways of not giving tax to the government, but use it elsewhere for the right purpose, for growing, right? Because if you show profit after tax, you have to, I mean, on the net income is what you will be charged, right? Profit, if you know the balance sheet, you will be charged on the gross income, not net income, gross income. You have to reduce the gross income. You have to actually spend. Okay, so go check this one. Then this is another one. This is another one. Yeah, there is a beautiful accelerator called Y Combinator. I'm putting here. Listen, I mean, I would say that instead of talking something, not adding value, listen to all this. So Y Combinator is a beautiful ecosystem where you can do a course plus this is kind of a accelerator. The similar models are coming in India as well. So like you see Shark Tank, here also they are building that ecosystem, and series of videos. One of the video of this part I would be discussing today, but beautiful videos on how each of them build their companies, right? So please check these resources. I have put what else? I have put, yeah, these are some of the resources I put. Top venture capital firms, angel investors, and if anyone think that no, once you solidify your idea and all that, maybe we can discuss further. Okay, but start thinking. Yeah. So being with the right ecosystem. You should know policies. That is why I put startup government, because depending on the industry and the sector you are in, specific incentives have been provided, and especially for the tax benefits, there are multiple things. Once you register yourself as MSME, there in the startupindia.com MSME, you should then you don't have to pay tax. Tax holidays are up to 3 to 5 years can be extended. So you need to know policies. You need to know what are the government schemes are available, and most of the government schemes, even with funding, comes with a low cost. That means your leverage is very high if you are taking those government policies, because it's a subsidized rate of interest that you have to pay, much lesser. Usually you get say within 8%, and that's a great thing, right? So you need to know government support. You need to know how finance works and how venture capital and that whole financial capital works. How do you listen to success stories? You will also listen to failure stories. That's also good. You need to listen to all kinds of. You need to have a balanced mindset. You can't say, oh, I am so scared because I am more worried about failure, or I am thinking I will only succeed. No, both will happen. And without there is absolutely no life in this earth you can build with only successes and successes. It's impossible. It is a replica of companies as well, right? How many setbacks I have had in my life, all of you had in your life, but we are still there fighting it out, right? So how do you build your you become more stronger because of the failures. No, non-government institutions. I think Devi Shetty was telling that who is a perfect doctor. Perfect doctor is the one who gives perfect cure to everyone, 100% cure, right? But that perfect surgeon, he was talking about surgeons, that whom he never operated, because he never operates, so nobody died. That means inaction. Inaction is not success. Inaction is one of the biggest failure. So you have so many problems. Then you have labor. So if you are connected to the right people, they will tell you, yeah, that this person is actually good in managing people. Why don't you look at making him join your company? Maybe this person is very good in legal matters. He has done. This person is very good in strategizing. So you will start getting the right people if you are in the right ecosystem. So try to, my request is that don't just do this course and then say that, oh, I ticked one module is over, right? Instead, go sign up for something. At least listen to one meetup at least once a month. See what is that they are doing, and it's all free. Free. You like free, right? Hello.
There is an agenda behind that for every free.
Okay, then you don't have to join them.
No, I'm just telling.
There is, I know people who are genuinely connecting. Tyagarajan, there is no agenda. See, agenda and all that we can think. If somebody has start asking money and all, you can decide. But a typical meetups is mainly to share. See, a lot of entrepreneurs, and I know personally one entrepreneur called Varun Agarwal. I don't know you know Varun Agarwal. Very young boy, right? Anyone heard?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, but that is my issue, right? Because anything I ask, they'll say no. Means, yeah. So let me go to YouTube. He's a He's a student from Bishop Cotton, and yeah, I just want all of you to watch. I'm just sharing the thing. Beautiful. So 26 years. He wrote a beautiful book called How I Braved Anu Auntie and Built a $1 million business. Nice word, no?
Mhm.
So I'm just putting this. If you actually write to him, he will send you free. Can somebody wants, if you really want free, we'll do that. Okay, I'll put this. Beautiful story. If somebody wants to have a very light reading, go read this. Okay. So don't only listen to your own self-talk, negative talk, which says no, not possible, not possible. Listen to others who say it is everything is possible. Okay, so very important. I would request all of you to do something about the ecosystem. Be with the right people. If you have, and you don't have to start up. You just listen to them. How are they thinking? Why are they taking such mad risk according to you? Because you think it's all risk. But why are they not made of the same DNA? We are all human beings. Why are they taking risk? Right? Okay, now let us quickly get on to the process. Process is important because you can't just jump and say, oh, I'm starting a startup. Now I saw 3 years, I have to reach 7,000 million dollars, and then therefore I will do something. No, it is an iterative process and a lot of ideas, whatever. So entrepreneurship is a culmination of all your knowledge, all your skills, everything put together so that you have hundreds of mental models to develop this idea into a vision, to a organization which gives employment to thousands of people, generates revenue. That's a great thought, right? So it starts from idea generation, opportunity evaluation, business planning, company formation, launch, growth, exit. Exit if you wish, otherwise you can stay, right? You can continue stay. Or exit and start again. Or 2 companies, 3 companies. Some people manage so many companies parallelly, right? And some of these lean start principles, because I'm just putting some thoughts because so much is written on entrepreneurship, I can't club everything in few hours. So build, measure, learn means you are not waiting for your perfect product. You are just creating a prototype, ensuring that it is the minimum viable product. That's what lean startup says, minimum viable product. That means like VMware just mentioned that the bugs were so many and therefore they had to recall the product from the market. That is not minimum viable product, right? Minimum viable product means you would do some test and 70, 80, 90%, if it is fine, launch launch and constantly keep a watch. As and when you get a setback and the customer is complaining, tweak it, tune it so that it changes. So you need an agile process. You cannot have waterfall or any other methods. You need an agile process which keeps on changing this tweaking all the time. So you need anything what you are thinking. These are all hypotheses. So you will have test cases, test scenarios, whatever agile processes that all of you are practicing. All that has to be tested on real time and be as fast as possible because market is on. You put the product there. You know the product is not ready, but I'm testing. Instead of thinking that, oh, I want perfect website, you will never launch a product, and by the time you launch a perfect website you would be running out of money because you have no money. You are only spending on making that perfect website. You have lost all the invested capital, you have lost bank balance, you have lost working capital, and no revenue comes in. You are no you have been drained, you are dead. So that way you will drive faster. So to help companies to move from dying, so early death, right? A lot of companies die in the first. Most of the time, we die inside every day, right? We have so many ideas, and then we go and sleep, so we are dead there. And okay, let me take up this idea to the next level. First year, second year, first month, second month, I am dead there, right? Any small setback. Today it is snowing, I can't take the vehicle out, so that's it. End of my entrepreneurial dreams, right? So it is all. I mean, again, work ethics, integrity, passion, believe in yourself. I think these I cannot tell all these things more. That is the only thing. That is the only thing which makes me and maybe somebody else different, right? So build, measure, learn, lean startup, which will help the companies to iterate on the go, not everything is ready and then the thing. I'm sure VMware something very bad happened, that's why we had to recall, because customers just really bombarded. When that means we are not ready, but there are certain principles of minimum viable product to test whether now we can go on online. So no, somebody has to put these processes. So Deepak, you could be the change maker. Now Deepak will say, no, 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 I'm too tiny in the system. All that is stories, right? All these are stories. But if you know at least 30-40% what went wrong, can you put an agile system, bring back life to that product and launch it? This is a great entrepreneurial opportunity you will get in VMware.
Yeah.
Than telling, blaming everyone, oh, he didn't do well, that didn't go well, these software developers did a lot of mismatch, so many things. We can blame and go on with our life. Deepak, are you there?
Yeah. Um, I mean, from design perspective, it's a bit different because I'm from support engine means background. So few things
Deepak,
are in my yeah.
think that you are the CEO of VMware, yeah? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, he is the CEO. I can at least support that idea.
Okay.
Thanks, Kiran.
Yeah, but do give me a good position, okay? Once you become.
Opportunity is there now. Don't wait for opportunity. You can't say, okay, my company is not going to give me. No, nobody will give you. It is you. You have to do it. Okay, so now where the idea comes from, I mean, there is huge list of things, but I just want you to know what is idea generation, and I mean, where will you do well? That talks about, say, no, I put some animation, so I'm just looking at where the bulb is going. Okay, so where are my great ideas come from? I think Kiran, can we quickly discuss about your business plan? If you,
Sure, ma'am. Actually, this idea came when I was talking to Deepak. Okay. I was, thinking of creating some sort of business model on cricket itself. So I got this idea of because in cricket, ma'am, both at the international and national level, there are only two companies which are monopolizing the entire market, especially with the ball manufacturing. So one is Kookaburra and the other one is Dukes. Apart from these two, there are no other competitors, no other challengers. So because whenever any tournaments is being held, right? So there is a keen interest given towards what type of balls is the tournament organizer using. If it is Kookaburra, that means it will have high bounce, it will have full pace. So our Indian batsmen they don't usually prefer that ball. They prefer Dukes because it helps spinners, and India has top quality spinners. So this kind of thought was already there in my mind, but I just wanted to explore why are these two companies charging 12,000 they are charging, ma'am, per ball. So why is that cost? So I came to know that they use some imported leather, which is made out of the domestic cattle like cow, buffalo. So when I was talking to Deepak, Deepak is totally vegetarian. So when I spoke to him about this, he said, "Oh, please don't talk about taking out the flesh from the animals and all." So I got the idea. Can't there be a way where we can introduce vegan balls instead of leather? Can't there be a way wherein we can manufacture vegan balls? So I did little bit of research on that. So Tuesday and Wednesday went on researching, but there are few countries like Brazil and US. They are using vegan balls now, because even they were using leather made balls out of animal flesh, but they have not. They have now slowly changed to something called as vegan plus alum. I mean, there is a leather, a special type of leather that is made using the combination of bark of the trees, the tree barks and vegetables, and aluminium, and that is giving the equal quality, equal pace, equal the quality in the game has not changed for them. At least they play baseball, rugby and all, right? So for them it has not changed. So I thought, has anybody done the same thing on cricketing side? And surprisingly nobody has done it now. I'm not sure why they have not done it. Maybe it will not create that much of bounce space and all, but we can definitely give a thought to it. So my business model was built on that platform, wherein if I could share my screen, I'll just take you
Yes,
through, ma'am. Okay.
yes.
Uh,
So just note how Kiran is so passionate about cricket, and the idea come from cricket only. So you
yes,
don't have to go looking for ideas, right? Ideas has to come from within where you are obsessed about, or you as a customer found very difficult to manage something. You are the customer, you are the problem, right? So yeah.
sure, ma'am. So I'll just share my screen. Um, just a second, ma'am. Yeah, my screen sharing is this. So this is the business deck that I have. Okay, and this is the name of my company, ma'am. It's cricket balls. So this is the logo, and the main slogan, or the slogan that I have for my company is quality of a spinner and trust of a quality of a seamer and a trust of a spinner. Because in this, I just want to ensure to the bowlers, to the organizers, to the cricketing nation, that even if you're using this ball, there will be no change in the quality towards the the fast bowlers and the spinners. Because the moment I talk about using vegan balls, this is the first question that will come into everybody's mind. So there itself, I just want to be this one liner as a game changer. And this is the elevator pitch that I have. So the main intention is to make a to
Can you
manufacture
put it
top.
in the full slide mode? Full slide mode.
Full slide mode, ma'am. Okay. Okay, is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the pitch that I have, wherein the quality will not be compromised, and it will be mainly focused on manufacturing, highly polished and durable, cost-effective cricket balls without animal leather. So this is my game changer dialogue, or the statement that I'll have in my company. And especially with Make in India drive, because in India we don't have much international level cricket ball producers. We only have one in England, the other one is in Australia. And this is my vision, which is which reinforces the same thing that we have discussed in the previous slide. But the main thing that I want to show here is stop the cruelty towards the animals, because in the articles that I have read, ma'am, there they have mentioned that they do not even let animals to die properly. Even the animals are still in their senses, they take out the flesh. So that is how the cruelty it is done on the animals. And this is a report that was conducted by Tamil Nadu control board, wherein too many chemicals are used to preserve that leather, and toxicities are they are just dumped in the environment or in the rivers, lakes. So that will also cause a hazarding effect on the climate, on the weather. So the one that we discussed in the first class, like the three P's value: people, profit and planet. So we have to keep all these three things in the mind, and then develop our model. So this is another statement that I can put forward from my company side, so that the ball that I will be manufacturing will be without animals leather, and it will cause benefit to the planet, to the environment, and also to the humans in the environment. And then the mission is to introduce, again, this is, it is already adopted by the previous manufacturing cricketing ball company. So Kookaburra has implemented they have not implemented yet, but they are going to implement a chip based technology inside the ball. So now, instead of doing the ball tracking from the monitor side, they'll do the ball tracking inside the cricketing ball. So that is something that I liked and I have implemented in my company also. So I'll be working on that. So this is the problem. So the major concern is cricketing. The price of the cricket ball, ma'am. They charge 12,000, 15,000, which I personally think it's very huge because they have the monopoly. So they are just putting forward their price as they like. And again, the cruelty that is done towards the animals. And then there is no transparency. So one more interesting thing that I found during my research is what happens to the worn out cricket balls. So there is no transparency in that. So do they reuse them or do they sell it anywhere? There is no transparency in that. So in my company will also totally give 100% concentration towards recycling the cricketing ball, because in this way we can ensure that whatever energy that is being put to manufacture that leather, at least 30% can be reused. So that will cause reduction in pollution, that will cause reduction in the extraction of the nature. Okay. And
What,
this is the solution. Yeah.
what is the material alternatively to leather you are using? Where is
uh,
that?
it is coming from vegetables, plants, bark of trees, and then aluminium, ma'am.
So you have that details on the
I
material.
have a, yeah, there is a machinery in German, but they have patented it, so I have to negotiate a deal with them and then get that to India. And in this case, what I have thought is I can take help from PETA or any other national activist organization, wherein they can definitely help me. So the moment I tell them that I can save animals, they'll also put in their all political powers and they'll help me, Naman. So
Okay,
that
great.
is my idea. So this is the solution: save money, end the monopoly, and totally believe in recycling.
Okay, solution I am expecting. What is the ball that you are producing, right?
Yeah,
That is
that I have in the product section.
yeah, that is the solution. So instead
Okay.
of these two, and my question, another question would be that if it is monopoly that you are saying, why? What is the market looks like?
Kookaburra, and yeah, yeah, that I have that in market size. I have that. So why now? Because like I said, many Indian cricketers and the BCCI secretaries and president have expressed their their displeasures over using Kookaburra ball because it helps the fast bowlers. And then there was a big statement issued by Saurav Ganguly wherein he totally don't he doesn't trust on the Kookaburra balls that's been manufactured from Australian company. And then there is too many atrocities and injustice done to the innocent animals by carving out their leather. And then yeah, another thing that I went through or I came to know from my researchers, the thread that they use in the ball, ma'am, that is very thick, and that's been used from the traditional from past 75 years or 100 years. They are using the same quality of thread. So I thought of, can't we introduce a nanotechnology? Because in mask, in face mask, the companies have introduced have introduced nanotechnologies wherein they have maintained the same quality of mask by thinning the thread. Okay, the agility, the durability, everything is same, but they have made the thread so small that they have made 5 layers out of it. So can't we use the same technology in cricketing ball, maintaining the same agility, durability, quality, and lighten the thread? If we do that, ma'am, we can extend the size of the cork. So the cork is a small wooden piece that is inside, that is at the core of the ball. Can't we, increase the density of it? Because if we do that, then the durability, the pace, the quality of the ball will even more enhance. So that
Yes.
is something that I have,
The weight has to be within this,
yeah,
150.
weight has to be within 160 grams. So by decreasing the weight of the thread and increasing the quality of it, we can increase the size, the density of the cork inside. So once the density of the cork inside a cricket ball increases, then that will have much longer durability than any other existing cricket balls. Okay. And this is the technology. I mean, it's a vegetable tanned. So all the different kinds of vegetable and tree barks are put together. They are crushed, tanned, and it is mixed with aluminium. So that is what the baseball company and rugby company has done it. So why can't we do the same technology towards cricket? And this is the, oh, this has not come out properly, ma'am. So this is the market size. So currently Kookaburra, they make 19 billion balls per year, out of which 15 billions are for white tournaments, and the other 4 billion balls are for the test match. Okay, and so this is my competitors list. So Kookaburra and Dukes are the two main sole competitors, and they have they are very intelligent. They have tie-ups with all the great cricketing nations. They have proper contracts, especially with New Zealand cricket, Australian cricket, and England cricket board.
But what are the local players? I'm sure there are plenty, right? It's not at every.
Local, yeah, we have few local players, but they are not in that wide range. Like though they offer balls towards local
What
county
is your
crickets.
market? What is your market? Are you looking at a global market competing with these people, or you are looking at a smaller market? It depends on your kind of confidence.
I am
So
looking at both, ma'am. So since I am an entrepreneur, I cannot directly go and compete with these, heavyweight companies. So I have to go step by step. So that I have in the customer pipeline plan. So
then
first
you
I'll
need to
target.
also know the local competition very closely. So right now it
True,
is
true.
only you are focusing on these two.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
So
and
these are
the-
my local competitors, ma'am.
they
CS
are
Sports.
distributors, right? Are they distributors or manufacturers?
No, they are distributors. I'm sorry, they are distributors. Correct.
Yes.
So local competitors there are there, but I have made out a plan to counter them. So this is the product, and this is the price that I'll be quoting towards my one ball, and it will be available across these stores. Okay.
You made a logo also, huh? KRK.
Yes, ma'am. It's a cricket ball. This thing, and this is the manufacturing unit that I have. So this is how the leather looks, ma'am. It's not a animal leather. It's a tree that alum leather, and so this is the cork, and this is the threads, and this is the distributing that I'll have. But these are the pictures that I have taken from various sources in the internet, but it'll look pretty much similar to what company that I'm planning to establish. And this is the roadmap, ma'am. So usually I can take advantage of make in India concept that is very quite popular in India. So I can pitch in a deal with the national or the central or the state government, and when I say that I have an idea of making vegan cricket balls, I'm sure I'll get support, looking at the current situations that
Yes.
that the country is in. And then with the government help, so once I have the sanction or the support from the government, I can definitely pitch in a deal with BCCI, which is the the richest cricketing board in the entire across the continent. And then I'll not tell BCCI that I will sponsor ball towards high towards big tournaments. I'll first target the famous cricketing academy. I'm sure that they'll be using these international balls. I'll also instead of using 10 or 100 cricket balls in a month, I'll ask them to use 20 cricket balls of mine initially. So if they get to know, okay, it is of the same pace, same quality, everything is same, then I can expand my market slowly. So that is what I have discussed here, because my main customer or the target will be the cricketing academy, like schools, the practice sessions wherein they only need ball to throw away. So there I'll supply my balls. If the coach, players, and if the cricketing academy, they like the quality of the balls, I can then expand my market. I can take their feedbacks in the initial stage. And this is the revenue model. Yeah, my key partners will be the government of India. PETA also have included there, because I would need their support, because once I go on the international platform, I'm sure that there will be all kind of political pressure from both the heavyweight companies. At that point in time, I would need support from an international organization, which I'll totally rely on PETA. And then investors, regulators will be my key partners. And so this is what my business model is, ma'am. Okay. So, and this is how the whole supply chain I have just mentioned it. So I have to import highly sophisticated leather making machine from Germany. I have not included the company name here because I'm not sure whether it will be proper to do it. So vegan aluminum optimized leather is one that I need to get from there, and these are the suppliers that we have. And indirect raw materials, direct raw materials, this is the one, and this is the machinery, all those working capital that I have here, ma'am. and this is the pricing section. So the manufacturer cost will be 2000, the wholesaler cost will be 4000, the retailing cost will be 5000. E-commerce on online I have to offer some discount, so I'll reduce 500 there. And this is how the so my initial target will be to produce 10,000 balls in a month, and this is purely non-profit based because I have to win the trust of my initial customers. So I'll have to deliver the balls to the cricketing academy first. So there I cannot expect much profit, but this is just to introduce my footprint towards this market. And this is how the logistic is, ma'am. I have just mentioned that in the graphical format. And this is the customer. So this is what my plan is. So first, local cricket academy and domestic matches, and then I have to strike a deal with BCCI and sponsor Ranji Trophy. Then I have to strike a deal with the government of India and try to introduce my balls in big tournaments. And then of course I have to take control of IPL, all the league matches that are held within the country and in the neighboring countries also. And my ultimate goal is to strike a deal with ICC, which is the International Cricket Council Board. Here I would need help from all the international bodies. And this is me, ma'am. I'm the CEO of my company. Okay, and this is my qualification.
Tell that with pride, tell that with confidence, tell that with, and I'm so glad to see this presentation.
No,
Is this the last one or?
no, ma'am. Just few more. So this,
Huh.
so whatever I have learned in MBA, first year, I have just included that in my IT skills.
Okay.
And this is the fixed capital. So here, ma'am, I took help from few of my friends who already have business, so I got to know about these things. So fixed capital is something wherein we have fixed assets like furnitures, buildings, or the property that we have, and all the logistic things like printers, motors, all those things. So this comes in fixed capital details, and this
Where
is the
are you
cost of.
getting this land? 500
Yes.
square meter land of 600 rupees. Where is it?
Here, ma'am, 500 square feet of land of
Yes.
600.
Where?
It's in, I have not thought of the place, but somewhere in North India. No, of course, definitely not in Bangalore, ma'am.
Okay.
So somewhere in North India. And this is the cost of the machinery for threads. So I spoke about nanotechnology, right?
Always plan your expenses double
Okay.
and your cost double and revenue half. No,
Uh,
Kiran?
okay.
That we keep saying because your revenue projections are great, but you always think that half comes, but your cost will double eventually, right? As you go.
Okay.
So this looks to me very naive calculation because land
Okay.
building. No, 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 go. No, just
Okay.
be there.
Okay.
It is 3 lakh for a land and then 5,000 square feet building at 12 lakh and furniture 1 lakh. So this will be almost, I would say about 3 times you have to, minimum 3 to 4 times.
Sure, sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. But I think I've done, proper justice to the machinery that I'll be importing from, because one machine cost 3 crores,
Yes.
and the nanotechnology machine cost 1 crore, 25 lakhs. So that I have included here. And the next thing is working capital. This calculation really interested me, ma'am, because even the pin or small paper that we buy, even that is calculated
Yes.
in the table here. So this is the 3 months plan that I have. So if I have to make my employees work in my company, I need to have at least 21 lakhs at hand just to give them salary and to make the business running.
Absolutely.
And then this is the total capital investment. So 5 crore is from the fixed capital, 21 lakh 48,000 is from the working capital, and this is the total invest. So at present, if I need to start this business, I need to have 5 crore 32 lakh 78,000.
It's not big money, Kiran,
Oh,
but what you need is a belief.
okay. And this is the source of finance, ma'am. So I have mentioned that I own this much, 35% of it, 25% from the bank, and 40% from the external banks. And interest of capital. So
All
bank
debt,
interest,
equity.
yeah, all debt, ma'am, all debt here. And also machinery, building, land, everything has a depreciation. So as the time goes, everything will worn out, right? So that also we need to. This idea was given by my friend who is into that groundnut business. So he
Okay.
said, just by buying machinery, it's even more headache. It's just like keeping a white elephant. Though it will give less revenue, but the maintenance of that will be very high. So especially while buying machinery, the idea that he gave me was you need to strike a very good deal with maintenance with those people.
Yes.
Even though
Yes.
if you buy machinery with high value, you need to have maintenance for at least 5 or 10 years. If you do that, then you can be, that headache will go. Any problem you can call them.
Yes.
So annual maintenance cost, AMC, and this is the annual cost, ma'am. So to run my business in a year, I need to have 1 crore 12 lakhs, including bank loan, all those things. So depreciation value is calculated here, and this is the turnover, ma'am. So this is again a very interesting thing. So with just less money, if I'm capable of producing even if I'm capable of producing 2000 balls in a month, I can make a total profit of 9 crores, ma'am. So that was very astonishing. So if with 1 crore, if I'm able to produce 2000 balls in a month, so that will be 24,000 balls in a year. And if I charge, even if 4000 rupees if I charge per ball, I can make 9 crores. But again, the pain point is taxes. So with all the taxes, I'll be left with I'm just left with 2 crores, or less than 2 crores. So this is the fixed cost, that is 32 lakhs. And this is the profitability analysis per year, ma'am. So 9 crore 60 lakhs I'll be getting it. Cost involved in production, so this is my salary, wages, all those things, depreciation, all those things. And this is earning before interest and tax, it will be 8 crores. Then capital cost, so land value, revenue, interest, so that is around this. So earning before tax is 8 crores. So government of India taxes 35%. So once they tax me with 35%, that is 3 crores they'll take away in tax itself. So I'll be left with 5 crore 41 lakhs. And again, imported machinery cost, that costed me for around 4 crores, right?
Why
So
are you reducing one time? One
because
time you should depreciate it over a period of 10 years or depending on the life, 20 years, no?
yes, ma'am, but like my friend said, right? So if I strike a deal with them that for 10 years it's your headache to maintain my machinery, so for 10 years I will not be charged anything. So it's one time investment, no, ma'am.
So depreciation, okay. What you are saying is if you have taken debt,
Hmm.
the bank debt to buy that, right?
Okay.
You are going to pay that also as towards interest, right?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
here
That I
we
have
are
included here. I have included that here. Machinery.
your depreciation of the asset you are showing.
Uh-huh.
That if tomorrow if I have to sell that off to
Hmm.
someone,
Oh,
how
okay.
much I'm going to get. So you don't have to show your depreciation everything together in 1 year. It will be
Oh, okay. Okay.
say a 10% discounted rate. You keep adding. So it will be how much 42.5 you have to show. One zero
Mhm.
is 10 to be removed.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Got it. Got it. So at last, I'm left with I got 9 crores here, but after all, just like my salary, it looked now, ma'am. After everything, I'm just left with 1 crore 16 lakhs.
No, it is not correct. So you are still about 5 CR left,
Uh-huh.
right? Because you are removing only 42 lakhs. As 10% does
Oh,
depreciate.
yes, 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 yes. Correct. So if I take this only for one time deduction, then this is my calculation. Because in my first year, I'll be earning this much. But second year,
Depreciation is a notional amount, right?
okay,
You are writing off, saying that this machinery life is say 10 years.
okay,
First year, I am showing full amount, and full amount means you are staggering that whole thing, whole 1 CR into 10 years.
correct, correct, correct,
That way is
correct.
what you would show in the book so that it doesn't affect you in your net profit.
Sure, ma'am, sure, ma'am.
Anyway,
So
that's
I'll
all.
change this. I'll change this to 5 crores then.
Yes, yes, yes.
And this ratio analysis, I got to know the importance of this while doing this assignment, ma'am. Because if I just think, okay, I earned 5 crores in this year, so how can I convince my investor to invest in me? So they'll not be interested in knowing what I have already earned, what I have already profited. So investors are usually interested in knowing what is the future of this company. So in this way, if I give them the percent, okay, if you invest in my company, you will be earning 15% profit. So that is something we can derive from this ratio analysis. So this is the the ROI that I have, which is coming around 21%. And net profit, ma'am, net profit is 12%, which is a good thing.
Yes, yes, yes,
But if
absolutely.
my sales doubles, if my because once if BCCI gives me a push, that needed push, and if I'm able to produce 8,000 balls instead of just 2,000, my net profit will be 56%, ma'am.
Excellent.
And then this is the forecast that I have, projection. So on year one, if I sell 2,000 ball, this will be my sales. In year two, if I'm able to sell 4,000 balls, so just look at this, ma'am.
Monthly,
If I'm
monthly,
monthly, yearly,
monthly.
and then selling price. And just look at this year four, ma'am. If I get that, if I get to sell my balls towards all the big tournaments, on an average, even if I'm able to sell 10,000 balls in the month, I can be benefited with 48 crores, ma'am.
So you build your lesson plan, I mean, sorry, business plan fully, Kiran.
Okay.
Start building a professional business plan. Entire thing. You get obsessed with this. You get consumed with this idea. And we say, right, it is cosmic help will come, Kiran.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Because the
And
kind of passion, the kind of energy you are showing, the kind of effort you put, truly, it is doable.
okay. And this is my pitch deal to you, ma'am. 1% equity for 50 lakhs.
50 lakhs. I want to see your investment first, Kiran.
My investment is one crore 20 lakhs, ma'am. There I had right.
So 35%, right?
Uh-huh.
35%. So how
Okay.
much you are valuing? 35% you have, I have seen somewhere. Where is that you put?
Here it is. Here it is. Owned is
Yeah,
35%.
that is 30, what is
37 lakhs.
37 lakh.
Yeah.
And then you are asking me 1% at 50 lakh. Huh? How is that possible? You have not done valuation properly.
Um, and then I have not included those 4 crore machineries, ma'am. That 4 crore machinery calculation should be done here.
You are actually now with this I can see that you are valuing your company for 1 CR.
Once
Out
here,
of
yes.
that, 35% is almost 37%.
Yeah.
1 crore something.
Yes, ma'am.
So 1 crore is not your valuation, right? Because it is beyond that.
Yeah. It is somewhere around 5 crores. If I have 5 crores, I can immediately start this business tomorrow itself, ma'am.
That is so. I want you to build this. I want you to. So we will discuss all these things. Any
Sure.
thoughts by others? Why you are adding please and all that? That's not
Okay,
how
that
you.
yeah, that I'll
That's
remove
not
it.
how you pitch it, right? You
Yeah, that
pitch
I'll
it.
remove it.
Anyone else? Any thought or everybody went off?
No, it's a great proposal, actually, Kiran. I mean, really a good one. Good
Yeah,
idea, I would
very
say.
impressive.
Okay.
So what is missing, Kiran, is that paper everything looks nice. I want you to check first get a certain market research done, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
From all these cricketers and even kids around the neighborhood, whoever is playing cricket and all that, just create a quick research. And also, since now you are in analytics and all that, can you do a quick customer review collection through some of the APIs or either a Twitter based search on what is that people talking about it, right?
Okay.
On vegan balls, are they even talking? Is that a need which is coming now, right? You told Saurabh Ganguly and all that.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
so when you are presenting to an investor, this is excellent. I can't. I really want to clap, and I hope others
Thank you, ma'am.
also
Thank you.
appreciate that what Kiran has done. Lot of I can see the passion and all that. So a few things that which before you put, I mean, this is great. That what is that people talking? Is there a need? Because you might think there is a need. Deepak is thinking somebody's need, but you have to really move from your comfort zone and move to the customer side. So
Sure.
do a 360-degree market research. That means you need to know from the players, you need to know from some of the coaches, you need to know from general public opinion, or somebody, whoever is interested. And you can do that today with analytics help, because you can collect all what is happening in the web through some kind of scraping, right? You can do that. One. Second is, when you say only 2 companies and all that, you are naive, right? So exactly these people, if you are taking say 100 people's opinion while you are capturing this market research, you need to know what is that they are doing now, right? What is that? Will they shell out? So because 4,000 for a ball, because my husband is a very like crazy like you on cricket, right? So we also have a lot of. I mean, I never thought about this situation, but because I am totally away on cricket and all that. But I have seen leather balls, and I don't think I don't know exactly. I have to go and check what is the cost that he is buying from the. Right?
Yeah, that will be 500, ma'am. 500 or 600. But that will only last for 10 overs. Because this see cricket, whenever test matches are played, at least 200 overs are bowled. So the ones that
So
local
yeah.
tournament.
Yeah, check. You are also playing cricket. Everybody has some leather ball. It's not from these two brands. So many brands are there.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So understand the total. We have talked about SOM, SAM, and all that. No,
yes,
TAM and all that. So understand that little more closely to see. Suppose today, because your reach is going to be a major, unless you have networks with BCCI, which any of the investors or any of the people. So whether am I the right investor? See, you know me, and therefore you are asking me. When you are actually giving out your equity, your company, it's like your baby. You need to have the right parent, right?
correct, ma'am.
Who is the right parent who can immediately take you to the next meeting with, say, Saurav Ganguly, or next meeting with the BCCI chairperson, right? You need that kind of person who has the right network, right? I'm not telling I may or may not invest. I'm just not telling anything, right? But you have to be careful when you are, because in the naivety initial stage somebody says something, oh, okay, and then you bring them in, and that person would become your biggest bottleneck later, right?
True, ma'am.
So yeah, so we have to be wise, and this and when you are creating these because your numbers looks very good, 2,000 in a month, it is producible. 4,000 seems to be a good pricing, but all these things, all these assumptions has to be tested with real people. That
Yes, ma'am.
because if you are looking at a local market, then the pricing has to be absolutely very different, right?
Yes,
So that
yes,
means you are going to position this product to BCCI kind of big market, right? I mean,
yes,
very premium market only, right? Though not people who are doing gully cricket, right?
yes, ma'am.
So then you need to get some of these input from them. So I would suggest that continue working on this, and then we and some of your numbers and all need to be definitely
Yeah,
tweaked.
that
And
financial thing I need to change, ma'am. Yeah, I need to work on it.
and not just the PPT. I would want you to develop a complete. See, if you have this vision here, right, in your brain,
Mm-hmm.
you can see it actually in fruition in reality.
Yes,
So if anyone who has here in an entrepreneurial thing is that have that solid thought process inside your brain. That means it is like your vision statement. You can see it. You can see it that the whole IPL is
mm-hmm.
played on Kiran's vegan balls.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right? So how do you now get there, right? So slowly, and then you start plugging all these holes. And any of these things are assumptions, hypothesis. How do we
Yes.
test the hypothesis? With data only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So start working on it, because, and one more thing is that you are not presenting the product very powerfully.
Mm-hmm.
So ideally any design thinking or any business plan pitch, new pitches, there are so many pitches. You can go to Harvard website and see Harvard pitches. You can go to Stanford website. There are so many pitches that you will see in YouTube. How are they pitching? They
Mm-hmm.
pitch start with the persona, with a problem statement.
Okay,
You may
okay.
even put a no Deepak's who is a I'm just telling Deepak's face and say
Mm-hmm.
it's a leather ball. I won't touch it. Somebody says, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody could say that.
Yeah, true, ma'am. Actually, I
Yeah.
got this idea from the way Deepak reacted. So I thought, maybe vegan ball could be an option. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So start the story there. Start the story showing the customer pain point.
Sure.
Not talking about so much of logical thinking. Start an emotional story, right? And then bring in the current solution and why it is not able to match. And then powerfully, like drama, you have to open it up the drama and say, this is what we presenting, right? Presenting this vegan ball or whatever the name that you put.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And then talk about 3 USPs, or USP is not the right word, unique selling proposition. 3 USPs: vegan, AI enabled, or because all these technologies and all that, people love to invest, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
They're
ma'am.
not investing in the ball; they will invest in the future technologies and much more, the bigger grand scale. What you mentioned is chip embedded or an IoT enabled.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think one more thing you told. So 2 or 3 things
That
on the
nanotechnology, ma'am, on the threads.
yes, yeah. Oh, so lightweight. I mean, that core is heavy and
Yeah.
everything else is lighter. So
Yes,
you need to talk these 3 points,
ma'am.
and then you need to go for patents. Kiran,
Yes,
if you have to really work on this, so that means R&D is an important part of it,
Yes,
because that German the machine maker will give you machine only to make whatever that.
correct,
But the
correct.
rest of the IP is coming from somebody working on it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this IoT analytics, maybe one of the project you may take it up with here.
Okay.
That can you put a IoT inside the ball and track its movements? That's a good project. You can put it to AI batch and then you can monitor.
Sure, ma'am.
What
Sure.
do you say?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
So then you ask for patents, and I don't know how many patents are available like that.
I have a question over here, Shinu and Kiran. So when you're saying that you're gonna have that machine from Germany, right? So these types of ball are already available in Germany, right? So how can you patent it, and how do you tell that this is a make in India product? It's the machine which we are
You
importing
can't,
it from Germany.
you can't patent that ball as such. You are patenting a solution which is making more efficient players, Kiran,
Yes,
through
ma'am.
this better tracking, better you are making that complete piece. So patent has multiple layers you have to build, not just the ball, which is because that German manufactured ball we will not be able to patent.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference? What is that additional layer you are building? That you have to patent.
That idea we need to patent.
Not idea. It
Uh,
has to be like a what do you say, a prototype which
okay.
works, which
Okay.
works.
Okay. Okay.
So and that technology part of it must not be existing. It
Mm-hmm.
could be a 1% innovation.
Okay.
Currently, anyway, chips are there in the ball,
Mm-hmm.
but your chip is more lighter, more the algorithms or the architecture of that chip.
Yeah.
So if you read some of the Google patents, this is one single source where you can see all kinds of patents. Go to Google patents, search for IoT applications for cricket balls. You will get. Read them. Read, understand. How are they presenting their patents?
Yeah. Sure, ma'am. Because whatever I did was just done in a span of 3 days. So maybe I'll
And if you
start
can
giving more.
apply, if you can apply, so you don't need to actually build anything. If you can show a algorithm, you can show an architecture and present it, apply for a patent.
Okay.
That's a great leverage you will get. Great leverage. So if you come to me with this paper and ask me 50 lakh, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have any leverage now. You have
Okay.
some leverage. I'm not telling zero. I
Sure.
still trust Kiran, because Kiran, why I would invest is that it's not because of what you are telling and all that. 2 things. I like Kiran. This is important for any entrepreneur. I like Kiran because Kiran has been a very proactive student. He has displayed, demonstrated proactiveness in my association with Kiran. Right? So there is a trust he is building. One. Second, that I am investing in the passion he showed because he himself likes cricket, and therefore cricket, I feel it's an emotional feeling that whatever you do on cricket areas, you will actually put your heart and soul because you are 24/7 talking about cricket.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am. Yeah.
So two reasons, that is the only leverage Kiran has now.
Correct.
So whether I will bet 50 lakh on it, not you can't emotionally fool me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I am most of the VCs are fooled by so many people. That's why they become wise. I am also got fooled by so many people, right? So, but Kiran has still some leverage. Now, what is that leverage? Is it worth 50 lakh? Not sure, right?
No.
So then how do you improve it? You would say that I have already identified the land, I have already invested in the land, or I already have made some connections with BCCI, and they have assured, or I have a PO, I have a purchase order for 2000 balls by next 2024. That PO is worth say 5000 balls. If you start showing me evidence of your idea into real evidence,
Okay.
or I have a patent, because patent will not come overnight. No, you have to work towards it.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have to make somebody do that IoT analytics.
Okay.
So all these things are. Give 1 second.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. So all these things are going to add value to your leverage. I am not going to just give 50 lakhs, right?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I understand.
Okay, but it's a great work, and we'll take a break. Hope others are inspired by Kiran's presentation, and others will also do much better work.
Yeah, very
Yes.
much inspired. Great work, Kiran.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
great. Oh, Gauri is also inspired, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Ma'am, I'll stop my screen sharing.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so we'll take a break and come back by 2. Is that okay?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Bring your best in whatever you do. So
Okay, ma'am.
eat for 10 minutes and work on your business plan so that you have something to tell in the class. Don't simply a mute spectator. Bye.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.